I'm ready y'all in. We're gonna start this.
All right.
Hello, welcome everybody to the Smunchy Games live stream. I am Fennicini, or Robert, depending on where you know me from. I'm a writer here at the Smunchy Games team, also lead designer on another project. But in terms of Path World of Adia, which is what we're playing today, I write there. With me, as always, from the previous one shot, is Annie and Marine. Annie is another writer, and Marine is one of our playtesters, as well as a designer with me. Also, from kind of my realm of the world, we have a friend, Scott, who decided to come in and play Paths with us for this one shot that we're doing. And we should, I don't know if we're doing one tomorrow, because Smunchy hasn't gotten back to me yet, so we might be doing another one tomorrow, but we're doing one today. And we were going to have a fourth player as well. If they happen, then they happen. If not, then we will talk with them later. But until then, so let's paint the picture for today's one shot. You all, and I'll have you guys dive into who your characters are, how you guys know each other here in a moment, are all currently sitting in a market in a lovely little village in the middle of nowhere. It is a small market. It is like a town just bigger than the nondescript, like, you know, it got a little bit of weight, but not much. So you guys are sitting in the marketplace, of which there are a variety of stalls, mostly kind of like lean-to type tents that are just propped open. Various wares splayed out in front of it, either on the ground, or occasionally a couple will have a table in front of maybe a house that is on the corners of this market area. Pretty open space, probably about a good 20 by 30 feet in total size. And why don't the three of you describe to me who you are, and describe mostly for the rest of us who you are, and where you are in this marketplace as we start out. So why don't we drop in with Annie?
All right. Daedrin is a Firecrest elf. Firecrest elves are the hulking creatures or hulking beings of Adia, so she probably is close to 8 feet, maybe somewhere around there. Really kind of big, muscular kind of chick with some leather armor. Walking with her is a fluffy white. It's a great griffin. That's right. This big fluffy white great griffin, and she has a bow across her back and a collection of javelins in addition to the arrows that are in a quiver on the other shoulder. They kind of just sort of walk together. She's probably walking beside it at the moment as they just kind of casually go through this market area.
And a lot of heads will kind of turn and follow this griffin as you are walking through. Next up, Scott, kind of moving in the diagonal pattern across the screen. Where are you, and who is your character?
My character is Ben, and he's just hanging out, check the things in the marketplace. Probably picking up some health potions. That seems like a good idea.
Mm-hmm. And there's a brewmaster nearby who has a litany of various colored bottles or colored liquids in glass bottles of all sorts of shapes and sizes. So you can certainly find a few there. And last, but certainly not least, Marine. Where are you?
My character is Fervorous Daranim. He is a Firecrest elf. He's basically, I would describe how he looks as Tarzan, but like elf boy Tarzan, who doesn't wear anything but tattered pants. And he's probably just standing at the edge of the marketplace, like crouched, and just watching everyone, looking for like danger and like spying things from a distance.
Quick question. When you say tattered pants, like, how tattered? Are you wearing pants?
Like they've obviously been worn a lot. They're very, very dirty, and he's had them for a long time. And they're like the bottom of the pants, like they were pants, but now they're like almost at the borderline of what is considered shorts.
So they're Hulk pants.
Yes, they're like Hulk pants.
And you guys are both Firecrest elves?
Yes, but I'm gonna assume that we're very different people.
Yes.
Yeah,
they're-
but like you guys are both like really big characters, right?
yes, Yes.
Oh yeah, like
I'm a human for comparison, so I'm
oh yeah, like I'm easily 2 or 3 feet taller than you.
Yes, and
Cool.
kind of to further paint this picture, the pair of you, both Ferberus and Daedrin, are the tallest individuals here. The rest of the individuals in this town are mostly Orcish of descent, and you have the occasional what looks to be human, maybe courser. You're not quite sure. They at least are of human. They're in their human form if they are a courser. Those individuals as well. So most people around your height then, or maybe a little bit shorter, as Orcish people tend to be a smaller stature. Outside of that, you kind of do see, you kind of saw when you first walked into this market, but they are gone now. You saw a pair of Tuskar leave. Their forms kind of hulking off into the horizon and drifting in between buildings. As you are sitting and kind of in your crouch stance, Ferberus, why don't you go ahead and roll me a spot check, please?
Oh,
And since you are looking,
First roll of the game.
ooh, I finally get to use these dice again. 1 second, sorry, I forgot since we weren't using tabletop
Yep,
sim. I have to
yes.
actually use my own
yeah.
dice.
So, for those of you who are watching, who may be first timers, most rolls of ability checks and stuff like that nature, and pretty much everything I believe is rolled in 3d8, and it is against various difficulty checks of a variety of natures. So you roll 3d8, you add your bonuses, and then you get a number. So
I roll 3d8.
just Ferberus at the moment. You're currently
Oh,
buying.
okay.
You're currently buying potions. I'll have you roll one here at the same time that Daedrin does.
So you said a spot check.
Yes.
All right.
Spot check, please.
My gosh.
Sorry.
I'm just looking at my character sheet again.
Ooh.
I forgot how insane some of my stats are.
I got a 14 with 1 8 plus 2, so 16 with 1 8.
16 with 1 8. Okay. Where are my dice? Oh, they're there. I suppose this is a check that involves dice, so I might want to roll it because I myself am rolling dice for things.
Ooh, so there's someone who's stealthing.
Even maybe. Can't really tell you that right now. I don't know. I came prepared, guys. I totally came prepared and totally have my dice ready. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, dude, I'm in the same boat. It's all good.
What dice bags are these? Why are they not the dice bags that have d8s in them? Why do I have all these fate dice in this thing?
Why do you have dice bags that don't? Oh, never mind.
Because they're fate dice.
Yeah, you kind of answered that question for yourself.
Yeah, I did. So, but here we are. Okay. The nice thing about having 3 sets of really nice dice is that there are 3 How did that d20 end up? Okay. Alright.
This is where we don't ask questions.
This is where we don't ask questions. And you just assume that something happened that put that in the wrong bag.
It's the dice goblin.
Yeah.
May I ask really quick before you check to see if I see the stealthy dude?
Yep.
Do I see anyone who's selling backpacks and or drums?
You do. Okay, let's see.
Backpack 20 gold.
16. You do well. The satchels are 20 gold. Yes. For the purposes of this game, there are cheaper backpacks, though they're
Well,
not in the
my
guide.
character technically already has a backpack, but based on his backstory, he shouldn't yet. So that's why
I feel like I would have chosen a backpack. I'm gonna get a backpack too.
Okay, that's fine. All of you may certainly find them. There is a one guy, a leather worker, who's currently selling kind of these smaller kind of backpacks that will easily store everything that you need. And he has a bunch of them in different various tanned leathers. And
I don't buy one. I just kind of stare from a distance.
that's fine.
When he's watching.
Let's see.
He's a weird dude.
So, and as you look at this backpack, the person with the backpack, and as you're kind of staring at him, you catch this movement out of the corner of your eye, and you dart over, your eyes kind of following that motion. But as you go to look, you see nothing. You just see the street where one of the streets heading out of the marketplace. No individuals there that are, either coming to or from. It is otherwise empty.
Ooh. So I saw a movement,
As
but
you
then
were-
when I turned to look, there was nothing there.
Yes, that is correct.
Sounds like... Ooh.
Now, could I both get Ven and Daedrin to also roll me spot checks as you two are wrapping up various purchases?
Yeah, 15.
15, okay. Plus anything, or is that with the pluses?
Let's go.
Oh.
What's this?
That is an 18 with 1 8.
18 with 1 8. Awesome. Okay. I would say both of you get that similar movement in different streets. As you both snap to look. Daedrin, however, you see this bit of a cloak disappearing into a off of this main one of the main roads that lead out of the marketplace into this alley in between two houses. You see this bit of cloak just wisp into there. It is black, made of cloth that you can from what you can make out at least. What do you guys do?
Gotcha. I'm going to nudge Crouching Tiger over there. Hey, did you see that?
You're talking
I believe she is speaking to Fervorous.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, that was his response. He just like looks left and right, all like, me?
Yeah. You see that, right?
Kinda.
Sneaky thing, around the corner.
Yeah.
Should we follow it?
Probably.
But as Fervorous, as you see where Daedrin is pointing, it is not the alleyway that you saw moving. It is a different road.
Do I know that she's referring to a different
I
one?
assume
Right.
that she pointed, because I believe I saw Daedrin point towards a road. So you would know that is not the one that you saw movement in, but you did see movement out of the corner of your eye as you were looking at the backpack stall. Then you are able to see both Daedrin and Fervorous currently kind of standing nearby, along with Daedrin's griffin. So
Can I turn to the griffin really quick and ask both?
Should we go find it?
Yeah, I think so. If you're talking to me. But
I asked
I
Ven, should we go find it?
Oh, Fen. Okay.
Ven.
Oh, Ven.
then
Ven. With a V.
with a V, not an F. It's like a
Ven's
Ven.
the smart people. Smart people, what should we do?
I mean, I guess we can go look. Like, do you have any interest? Like, why are we checking it out?
I don't know. It's weird.
I'm just trying to get some stuff, and then I got some things to kill.
I turn over to Daedrin, and I say, the bird has better eyes than we do, and they can see everything.
True.
And then I just like awkwardly stare at the bird for a minute.
I don't think that's a bird.
I'm calling it a bird.
No, I was saying that in character.
I know.
I don't think that's a bird, man.
It has wings. It's a bird.
All right.
It's a griffin.
It's so hard to not use real world references. So do bugs. Bugs have wings and they're not birds.
Bugs are ugly birds.
An interesting viewpoint on the world.
Especially because I'm a shaman.
Everything with wings, bird.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me a spot check for the griffin.
Oh boy.
And then add.
Oh
one
no,
to-
spot check for the griffin. Okay.
Yeah.
It
and
has close to no like skill traits whatsoever, by the way.
It does, just not not in intelligence. So it gets a plus.
Yep.
It gets a +1 to that roll.
Is it a +1?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's a 15. Got it. It's 10.
Okay. The griffin kind of tilts its head, like listening, kind of, and just kind of as you ask it like what it sees, it just kind of twists its head the other direction, and just kind of.
Do you have stat blocks for the skeletons that I can summon, or should I pull that up?
I can pull it up for you if you want me to, because I have it. I have all the what call it.
I'm gonna turn to Daedrin again. I said, "If Bird isn't worried, I'm not." And then I walk over to buy a backpack.
You're able to buy a
What
backpack.
What if he stole something? That wouldn't be good.
Stole something.
Then he stole something.
Why do you care?
Daedrin, do you point out to Ven the direction, or what do you?
Yeah, I
Okay.
point again.
Okay.
Went that way.
So,
Okay, fine. Let's go check it out.
Ven, you also realize that the motion that you kind of caught out of the corner of your eye is also not that direction. It is it was by the alleyway that was another exit of the
Okay.
marketplace.
Is Adrian still pointing?
I mean,
I'm going to move their finger in the direction that I saw it. I'm like, no, it's that way.
Should we split up?
I guess.
I
mean-
I just look at like the sky. I'm like looking all around, and then I look at Ven, and then I turn over to Daedrin and be like, "Never split up."
Daedrin's gonna lose patience and walk towards the direction that she saw the thing move.
I'm going to walk towards the direction I saw the thing move.
I am going to stare at both of you guys and be very disgruntled, and then I'm just gonna stay there.
I like never split the party, and then the party immediately splits.
All right.
I go with Daedrin because there's more numbers, because the griffin's there too.
All right, I have the power of God and anime on my side.
Oh. You have the power of God enemy. Okay, so you are going to the way that you saw the motion, and the two of you, along with your griffin, are going towards the spot where you saw the cloak disappear into the alleyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. Do I have a? Oh no, I don't have a subtle weapon. Never mind. None of my weapons are subtle other than my fists.
Where are skills? There we go.
Griffin's ever supposed to be subtle?
I mean, like daggers are a bit more subtle. And I remember, oh yeah, Daedrin is not a subtle character. Daedrin just hits things really hard.
As the trio of you, with the exception of Ben, sorry, the two of you and your griffin, as you'll approach, you can hear a soft lute being played from this alleyway. And as you round the corner and look in, it is a otherwise dead end, with just a minstrel, kind of also like this young orc individual, hair kind of tied back into a low ponytail, and otherwise, just playing on a simple lute. Well, it's like he's practicing more than anything. He's not really like playing to like be heard. He's playing to like understand the instrument type thing. And he kind of looks up as the three of you approach, unless you guys were stealthing or wanted to stealth.
I really quick, I put my hand on Daedrin's shoulder and I say, "Never trust a bard. They're honeybirds at their show." And then we just slowly approach.
And he'll look up and kind of.
I whisper it. I whisper it.
Stop. Yeah, and he'll stop for a second, and before looking at you guys, and unless one of you says something to him, he will kind of return back to playing, kind of assuming that you guys are just looking down the alleyway.
Did I ever find the drum?
No, there were no drums, unfortunately, but you were able to find them back. So
I will stay and listen to him for a bit. Just confused.
it's awkward. It's awkward playing. It's not good. he's still new.
That's why he's in the alley. He's practicing.
Yeah, and it's very much he'll go over various sets of riffs over and over, trying to get them better. And you do kind of hear them begin to improve, especially as like the later runs of them. Before moving on to something else, you don't ever get the full piece from him. And if you just sit there and listen for a while, he'll kind of look up after a little bit. Can I help you?
You're sneaking around.
Am I? Wow.
What?
Was I? How? Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Saw
How-
something.
Yes, you saw something. Was it me?
Mayhaps. Was there anybody else in this alleyway?
Not that I can recall. But I've also
You
been
play
in-
all right.
I told you, can never trust a bard. He's obviously hiding something.
He just plays music. Play the music.
I'm not here to play for money. Or for you.
Well, then why are you playing outside?
Because I can't disturb the fucking child inside. Who's fucking sleeping.
Well, I don't like that tone. This is a very hostile environment of which I
I'm
am
sorry, you
totally
spent
prepared
the
for.
past 10 minutes staring at me.
Well,
What do you
playing.
expect me to do? Yes, I understand that, but I assumed you'd understand that I am not playing to be heard. I'm playing to practice. You would move along to find a bard who is no doubt shouting and doing some great fucking whatever lovely individual things.
Rude music man. You turn around, I'll just leave.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
listen and goes
follow.
like, what did you expect? And you just stare at him for 10 minutes.
Just turn around and just stomp off. Go find Ben.
Alright.
I'm not gonna pick a fight with a guy that's just playing his lute and he has a kid. That's just not right, man.
He's not. He is still a younger individual. Maybe in his late teens, by the way. Let me rephrase that. As you guys are walking away, why don't both of you roll me a spot check again, please?
That's what I thought was going to happen.
I got a 10.
A 10? Okay.
Oh, we're doing great, Marine.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got 2, so 12.
I got
got
an
a-
11, but one of them was a 1.
Oh, that's a rip.
Okay.
Wait, so are we supposed to tell you when we get 8s and 1s?
Yes, because those are criticals. Those are what factor into critical successes and failures is 8 and
But
I
I'm
don't
rolling
know.
3 dice, so
1. Yeah,
3 8s equals a
Yeah.
crit.
yeah. But
Okay.
you still get more from things if you roll an 8. Then
okay.
yeah. So it's not like a full crit, but like there's bonuses to it, and then also when you're rolling attacks, if you get an 8, you get an extra damage.
Kind of like,
Yeah.
like 1 8 would be like a crit, but then like 3 8s would be like a validated crit from 3.5, right?
Yeah, or like when you like
Confirm and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Or confirmed.
like,
That's what it's called, a confirmed crit.
Yeah, like how it is in
Okay.
Pathfinder.
Cool.
Yeah. So an 11
Sorry,
and
I'm
a
just
12.
trying to learn it.
No, all good.
I totally understand. We
Um,
should have explained it before.
Yes, we should have. But
It's all good. I like learning as I go.
okay, awesome. So the pair of you take one last look down the alleyway, and as far as you can, both of you can kind of discern, there doesn't seem to be anything else of note there. There's the kind of younger teen or older teen, but still young individual, playing on his lute, just kind of strumming the chords once again, still practicing. And otherwise, that alleyway is mostly vacant. There's a couple boxes down at the end, and they are like open and on their side, so you can kind of easily see inside them. But nothing really of note there. And
Boxes just look like trash.
yeah, mostly they look like they just got put
Okay.
out there. Like,
Do they have green labels on them? Can I check them for ammo?
No, you cannot take the ammo. Also, you are at a different alleyway.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm not with them.
Yeah.
Nice Borderlands reference.
Thank you. I thought so too.
Yes, it was a good one. So, as the pair of you go to catch up with Ven, Ven, why don't you roll me a spot check as you start heading down this alleyway?
Yeah, I'm gonna spot check the hell out of this guy with my +3.
Mm-hmm.
So 21.
21.
Damn.
Awesome. All right. You are easily able to see this kind of individual that is lying low. He's kind of leaned up against a wall, like about halfway down this alleyway. He's got a black cloak on. And as you kind of are peering in, did you have any 8s in that, or?
No, there's a 7, a 6, and a 5.
Okay, cool. And he doesn't immediately react to you, and doesn't seem to otherwise react unless you do something. And he's just kind of looking down, about maybe a few feet in front of him. The hood is pulled up, and is just kind of seems to be waiting there. He seems to be about a human stature, or about that size.
Alright,
maybe
so
closer, but you're not sure.
I'm gonna slowly walk down the alleyway, and I'm gonna pull a. So I've got my robes on, my tailored robes,
Mm-hmm.
form fitting, so that I'm not looking like a slob.
No.
Just and you kind of like as I'm walking, I'll throw the bottoms of them down and put my hands in my pockets because I also have pants on. Because armor is awesome in this game.
Yes, it is.
I just scoff at him.
You're not there yet.
Like,
You're not there yet.
oh, we're not
We're
there yet.
listening
Oh,
to-
my bad.
We're listening
gonna-
to Music Man for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna spend
walk
10
up-
minutes because you're just like, I'll just listen to him play, and he's not playing to.
Worst
Yeah.
red herring ever.
I'm gonna walk up
Is it
to the
a red herring?
I don't think
I don't know.
so.
I'm too dumb to know the difference.
I'm gonna walk up to the guy who's just like leaning against the wall,
Mhm.
and let's be like, look, we both know you're up to something. I don't personally care, but I have a friend who's, for whatever reason, very interested in whatever it is you are doing. If you could do it later, or not at all, so that I could get on with my business, I'd really appreciate it.
Could you roll me a diplomacy check, please?
Hell yes, I can.
This is slowly becoming my favorite character.
All right, so I got a 16 with 1 8.
With 1-8, all right. Okay. All right. The figure won't move, but he kind of sits there and goes. So, just wait, like, what, 10 minutes?
I don't know if 10 minutes is long enough. Let me explain, like, the situation I'm in.
All right.
I have a very, very special elf.
Can you roll for me duplicity as well? Or, no, innuendo, excuse me.
Innuendo? Oh my
Yes.
god. roll.
Yeah, it's a roll.
All right, so I got a 19. Wait. Oh, I hit D20. No, I didn't get that.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 15 plus my social is 1. 16 with 1 8.
16 with 1 8. Okay. As you say that, he just kind of nods there, like. And you see the entire body kind of just tense up a little bit, sort of like, and then it nods as it seems to understand where you're going with the.
And when they're done investigating whatever it is they saw, they're gonna come find me and find out what I saw. And if they find you here, being as shady as you're being right now, things are not gonna go well. And there's nothing I can do about it at that point. And I've got stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Until very recently, and I know you don't want my life story, I don't want to give it to you. I wasn't really doing much, but now I've got this important thing I need to get done, and I don't want to be here any longer than I have to. So, go on.
You see he kind of turns up to look at you, and as you see the light kind of shine over his face as the cloak kind of draws back a little bit as he turns to look at you, you just see bone across the entirety of the face.
Can I do a knowledge check?
Oh yeah, you can. I would say
Can I do knowledge demons?
yeah, sure, why not? Because
I'm gonna do it.
I think that would apply.
God damn it! I hit the D20 again. Okay, so I rolled 16 with 1 8, and then my knowledge demon is a +5, so 21 with an 8.
21 with an 8. You immediately notice this, and you know this also because of what you do with your life. That is a skeleton that a necromancer summons.
Oh man!
And as it kind of looks, you can swear, even though there are no facial features, that the skeleton almost smiles. And then there's a wisp of purple arcane energy as the skeleton inside vanishes and the cloak drops.
I'm just.
You gave that whole spiel to some lackey.
Now I'm gonna have to deal with this. There's some shady necromancer. I'm turning around to walk out the alley. There's some shady necromancer going around town. All I want to do is go kill demons. God damn it.
Daedrin and Fervorous, you both walk towards that alley to see Ven walking out, spewing some sort of words about demons and necromancers and nonsense and just wanting to kill things. And
it's now that I want to do stuff, of course there's always something in the way.
What? Stupid music man told us off too.
You stupid. You found a bard?
Never trust a bard.
No, he was a bad bard. Wasn't even that good.
Maybe he's a beginner?
His flute smells like sounds like a fart.
Wasn't good.
And then he chuckles to himself because he thinks that's funny.
So, what I'm
Play the
gathering...
music and we listened. He didn't even want money. Then he yelled at us and we left.
I should probably not send you two together anymore.
No, we stick together.
Listen, there's definitely something shady going on, and I didn't want to get involved, but now I feel like I have to get involved.
But it's daytime.
Right, so euphemisms aren't going to work, are they?
why don't you roll me another innuendo, Ven? And I need Fervorous. I need you to roll me a straight knowledge.
I got a 13 on the innuendo.
Okay.
With a 1. It's a 1 there.
Straight
Wait,
knowledge.
Straight
just out of
knowledge.
curiosity, what is the intelligence of your Firecrest elf?
20, but my social's 10, so I'm good. It's only really the social stuff he doesn't get. Oh my god.
So 13.
I got a 13 with 2. Yeah, so I got 15.
So you are able to kind of glean that he means shady in the sense of nefarious or otherwise unfortunate, and not the shade that you would get from, say, an overhead covering.
Question: Is the purple stuff still there?
No, it is gone. It was also a little further into the alleyway than where you meet Ben, kind of at the mouth of it, where it meets the market proper.
Saying, you know, my intelligence is 6, but my social is 5. So
What?
Why are you even in public? Your character should be like in a room with like 4 people watching her to make sure she doesn't like swallow her own tongue while like giving people a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But you can talk to bird dogs, wolves, lions. That's cool.
I am much better at speaking to animals than I am at speaking to people.
So there's a necromancer doing some stuff in town.
oh, stupid magic man.
Thanks.
Not you, the other magic man.
Thanks.
Do you even magic?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna
There's a
go ahead-
necromancer, not me, doing stuff in town. I don't know what.
I'm just gonna use I'm gonna really quick, just out of combat, use flaming weapon on my staff.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And my weapon's just gonna flare up.
I'm just gonna look at him and why?
And then I obviously uncast it and put my thing back. And I'm like, because magic, man. And then I walk away. But like only like 5 feet because I realized that I'm walking away from the crowd and that's not smart.
And as you begin to walk away and you turn and you look over the rest of the market, it's at this point that you kind of start seeing at multiple stalls various dark cloaked individuals, almost like they were out of a lovely video game that is not of the world or even of this game, or
Can I do a knowledge nature to see if they're actually living things? Like if they're natural?
I would say you can roll me. Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. I just want to see if they're like living things and not just like more skeletons, because he mentioned.
Am I facing away from these things?
You can kind of see them from where you are because you're at the mouth, and you can kind of see these things kind of populate, and they're very much wearing similar cloaks to the one that you already encountered.
Do I need to do a knowledge check for these, or can I safely assume they're skeletons?
You can safely assume that they are skeletons. The cloth looks very.
I got
similar.
a 16 with 1/8.
A 16 with 1/8. You were able to determine that there's something a little unnatural about them.
Cool.
You're not quite sure that they are.
So wait. I want to get everyone's names down because
I just kind of point, but I don't like actually move or anything. I just kind of point.
And what's your character's name, Annie?
Daedrin.
And what's your character's name?
Fervorous, but you can just call me Ferv. Ferv. Oh my goodness, I'm going crazy. I just tried to drink out of this cup without opening it. I've been trying.
So-
I got too into character.
I'll look at Daedrin and, choosing my words carefully, be like, do you see all of the things in black cloaks at each of the stalls?
Yes, I see things. Do we hit the things?
Still pointing. I'm still just pointing.
I don't know if we should exactly hit them yet, but like, we should at least check it out.
Okay.
Why don't you come with me? We'll go check it out together.
I pick up my ritual totem and I like kiss it because I'm all paranoid, and then I put it back and then I follow them.
Okay, we walk forward.
You walk forward.
We will approach one of the figures.
Okay. As you approach one of the figures, the nearest, let's say like the nearest one or the nearest stall, it will kind of keep it once again cross its arms as you approach, and we meet again.
Okay, so you're just like talking through these things then?
In a sense.
I walk up and like really loudly I go, creepy.
The stall owner kind of looks around the shoulder and gives you this weird like, why look to you, Ferberus, but like.
And then I
otherwise-
look immediately at him and I just point. I just point.
And he looks. Can you roll me a innuendo check, please?
There's no way in hell this is getting across. Alright, oh my god, I got 2 8s and a 7.
He gets
23 with a 24 because I've got one.
24. Okay. They look at you, look at them, nod slightly, and then just kind of go back to looking over their wares and kind of waiting to see if anybody wants to buy anything. They're like selling what looks to be like a almost handkerchief-looking object.
Have we seen Ven do this before with the skeletons? Is this like a thing that you do often?
I usually only summon skeletons like for combat purposes or like
Got it.
But
I'm not
I would
lazy.
say,
I don't have like servants.
I would say, but you have seen him use
You have seen
skeletons,
me summon skeletons.
but not in that capacity. Also, they are still, as far as you can tell, Daedrin, they are. It is a black figure or a figure in a black cloak.
Okay,
with
I can't tell it's a skeleton.
Yeah, you cannot discern its features quite yet. You can roll me a spot check if you want to, but
Sure.
Really, while she's doing that,
Mhm.
I turn back to the stall owner and say, "Do you have any anti-creepy person tools?"
the stall owner, a orcish woman, kind of looks up and goes, "No, and if you're gonna continue to bother the other individuals who might be purchasing things, I might have to ask you to leave."
I'm just
16.
gonna like put up a hand to the shop owner and be like, "We're not gonna bother anyone. Relax.
I know you're not. Are you with?
He's fine. He's harmless.
Okay.
I don't actually think he's harmless. I'm just."
Then
Why?
roll me a duplicity check, please, because you are lying.
So I rolled a 15. I don't know if I get any bonuses to it.
Do you have any bonuses to your?
I get a
you'd say-
social, so
you'd
it's
say
a
your
plus
social.
one.
Plus
So
one.
it's a 16 with 1 8.
16 with 1 8. Okay. Does she believe you? She does. She
Do
also
I
goes,
have to roll to see if
No.
I believe him?
No.
Then I just look very offended at the fact that he said I was harmless.
Yes.
All right, so listen. I didn't want to get involved with what you were doing. I'm speaking of the cloaked figure again. But you did the weird thing with the...
You asked
This-
me not to do it.
Yeah, and then you did something that made me worried.
Yeah. Like
So now
dispersing-
Now I have to get involved because you're weird necromancy things in the city. Like, what are you up to, man?
I'm just utilizing some servants to gather some things that I need to continue my lifestyle that I've decided.
Uh-huh. Yeah, what's that?
Living alone away from people that I don't like.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
I want to see if he's telling me the truth.
Go ahead and oh jeez. Let's see. Detect motive. Go ahead and roll me a detect motive, please.
I gotta...
Okay, I got a 16
Well-
to see if it was a skeleton, by the way.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me roll this. You cannot tell that it is whether or not it is a skeleton.
Oh.
Is the lighting's just not quite right. You're able to you feel like you make out like a jawline, but you're not quite sure what kind of jawline, if it's orcish or human. You can tell that it's a human stature, so it's a little bit shorter than you, which also kind of is what's playing into this fact that it's hard to see, and the fact that the cloak is the hood is way over edgy edgelord style.
We're talking like ring wraith style.
Ring
right
wraith,
now.
the one people from from Kingdom Hearts. That's
Oh,
where they're
the Organization
yes,
13?
Yeah, that kind of.
Oh gosh.
Roughly,
Got it.
but
Okay.
also of the Paths era, but that style of hood that's just over. Yeah.
Just like belts and chains all over.
No belts and chains.
Buckles. Everything has buckles on it. Nice shoes, buckles. Cool pants, buckles. Hey, you got a new sweater on it. It needs some buckles. Hey, you only got one zipper on that sweater? Nah, 3 more. There you
3
go.
more buckles. That's all you need.
Add a buckle on each of those zippers and you're good to go. Kingdom Hearts! Buckles and zippers.
That's only Kingdom Hearts 2, brother.
That Kingdom
Zippers
Hearts-
was Kingdom Hearts 1, and then they
Yeah,
upgraded
buckles,
to buckles
yep.
in 2.
Well, yeah, how are you going to upgrade from zippers? Buckle, goggles. And then in
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 3, you have buckles with zippers.
But yeah,
Yup.
that style of robe is
Hmm.
so you're unable to make out what type of creature it is. You just know that it seems to be.
Then I will make casual conversation with hooded creature because I don't understand what's going on.
Another skeleton, another dark-robed individual will come up, and if you wish to make casual conversation with that one, you may. The other one is currently engaged with Ben.
Oh. Did you hear the music man on the corner?
Ooh, which music man?
It was over there. I'll point to the alley that I came from.
I did not hear the music man. Are you?
It's a good thing because he doesn't like people hearing him.
That would make sense. I mean, if you don't like people hearing you, then you do not want to be heard. So by not hearing him, I think I'm doing him a favor.
Yeah, but why would you play outside if nobody wants to hear? If you don't want anybody to hear you?
I mean, I don't know, because maybe playing inside would cause a disturbance with, maybe who you live with. Maybe they work a.
Can I hear this conversation?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's not a quiet conversation by any means. It's
Okay, I think, hold on. Where did you guys say this bard was?
Down that alleyway. There's.
There is one of the there's three bigger roads that lead out of the marketplace that how stalls get moved in and out. And down the one that kind of heads out of the middle, across the way from where you guys are, there's an alleyway off to the right of it, about maybe 10 feet into it, and there is where this bard or this performer.
I'm going to move past all these hooded figures and go speak to that individual.
He doesn't like it to
I
hear
just
you.
shout as he's walking. Never trust a bard.
Also-
Their honeyed words are a ruse.
What did you roll for your detect motive, by the way?
Oh, it's gone. Hold on, let me go to the history real quick.
And you can reroll.
I got a 12.
A 12? Okay. As far as you can tell, he seems to be truthful.
I'm going to move past them.
Okay. You move past.
As for shouts at me, I'm just gonna
wave the hand yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Don't trust the bard. I got it.
As you are walking through, you do notice that there's about almost a dozen of these black cloak figures. And as you move through to back out that way, down the alley, you kind of hear the sound of the lute, coming, drifting a little bit. And it is that awkward practice style play that is about getting riffs down, getting strings of notes, and it's not fancy. And as you you round the corner and you see him, he's sitting on this step, just sitting there and playing. And he looks up, and he looks at you for a second. He's still playing.
Does he look suspicious?
Roll me a.
We just keep staring at this poor
Roll me a spot check if you're gonna look at to see if he looks suspicious.
I gotta. Hold on, what's my spot? I got a 19.
A 19. As far as you can tell, he does not look suspicious. He looks to be a late teens, almost maybe early 20s, orcish individual who seems to be just sitting there and practicing. And he kind of looks up. He's still playing a few riffs, and as you kind of look him over, he's, like looking. Oh, he starts to like look around, like next to you and near you, before just going back to playing. He raises his eyebrows and lets out a sigh.
Listen, I get it. You're probably sick of people staring at you.
Yeah, I'm a little bit sick of it.
Please don't yell at me. I didn't yell at you.
I'm sorry. I'm a little high-strung today because it's been stressful, and I've had two
Why don't
other
you tell me why
individuals.
Why has it been stressful? What's going
It's
on?
been stressful. The baby is not fucking sleeping well, and I had two other individuals when I went outside to practice, because it is a thing I like to do to de-stress, stare at me for about 10 minutes and watch me play without saying anything, and then the first thing comes out of the mouth is that I'm not very good.
That's not very pleasant, and I do understand why you'd be a little
Yeah, so
irate.
I'm a little high-strung. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you something. You got any ideas what's going on around town?
Like
Like the weird black hooded figures?
who?
Maybe some necromancy.
What are you? He stops playing and he sits down and goes, necromancy, black hooded figures. Oh, those other. Maybe they were asking about that. No, I haven't seen anybody, by the way.
Why don't you tell me what you were just thinking out loud about?
Because the two people who came before also came asking if there's anything suspicious down this alleyway or something like that. I don't really recall. I was already kind of upset with them.
Do you know any necromancers?
Not off the top of my head, no. I mean, unless you're one, and then in that case, or the other two were, and then I might know one. But only in passing, based upon the limited interaction that I've had with the three of you.
Kid seems
I
to
can
be
see-
choosing his words very carefully.
I can see why you hang out alone.
Yeah?
You're being so mean to this kid.
Hey, if that's how he's talking to strangers. Listen, why don't you head inside and stop playing? There's some weird stuff going on in town, and it'd be a shame if you got involved.
Go ahead and roll me diplomacy, I want to say. Yeah.
Okay, well, I rolled a 20 with 1-8, and then I have +2 to it, so 22.
Okay. Alex Evan goes, alright, I will go inside and stop playing. Be careful. And then he just kind of nods, stands up, and opens the back door that he's kind of sitting behind.
The
Head back
fuck
inside.
was that about? I don't like this place.
Okay, whose mic has the eerie music playing through it? That creeped me out.
There's a train nearby.
Okay, it straight up sounds like horror movie music, and it was timed so perfectly.
Yeah. Not intentionally, but yeah.
Ugh, this is
Well,
awful.
fuck. Now I gotta go check out that other alley that we didn't go down.
Daedrin, how's that conversation with the black cloaked individual going?
We're having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Where did we leave off? Oh yeah, Music Man playing in the hall,
Yes.
playing in the alleyway.
Yep.
Did you
Hey.
You didn't see him?
No.
Can I walk up to Daedrin and the hooded figure while they're talking and be like, remember, to the hooded figure, I like grab him on the shoulder and like, never trust a bard.
You were able to do so, and it just kind of freezes there for a second, and it feels like a normal shoulder from what you can tell, and it kind of like shakes a little bit as you shake him, and
I didn't shake him. I just
Oh.
like touched. Okay,
Okay,
I just
yeah.
touched his shoulder.
and then
I'm like,
he'll
"Listen,
nod.
Never touch a bard. To trust a bard.
I've yet to trust one, so I'll keep it. That seems to be a running theme.
Their honeyed words are a ruse. And then I walk
Not that I'm to, like,
But...
Have I noticed the fact that like there's a whole bunch of like folks that are all in the same black cloaks?
I would say
around-
it's pretty easily for both of you to see that there are multiple individuals, and you're also able to see Ven coming back from this
Did you-
encounter.
Did you go to the same store as all these other ones? Where are they selling these? I want
The-
one.
Oh no, they're handcrafted for our. He kind of just sits there for thinks for a second. Our lifestyle.
Hmm.
I'm
Do you
gonna,
know all these other ones? There's a lot of you.
In a sense, we are acquaintances.
Oh, are you
I
like
just say out
related?
loud, that sounds really creepy.
Van, what did you have?
Oh, I'm gonna walk to the other alley.
Okay, you were able to
That's
walk.
like a three-way alley thing, right?
Yeah. They're and then
Or
they're
the
all.
one
Yeah. So
I have.
there's. Okay, you're able to do that. Go ahead and roll me a spot check.
I got a 14.
Are you all
plus
related?
one,
No.
so
No.
oh no, plus 3, so 17.
17. It is a pretty uneventful alley. There are a few boxes and stuff. There seem to be multiple footprints kind of heading in and out because there is another exit that rounds a corner. You see a couple of, like a pair of individuals kind of walking, holding hands, and a, maybe like a small Shirva kind of following behind them.
Shirva?
A Shirva.
I'm going to walk towards the other exit.
Okay.
So I assume I just have to pass them. I'm not gonna harass them or anything.
I would say if you're walking faster than them, then you will beat them there. They're walking the same way you are, though.
Oh,
They're walking away
fuck.
from you.
now I have to decide if I'm going to be creepy or obnoxious.
Or
I'm
neither.
probably obnoxious, so
Okay.
You could just walk.
listen here. Hold on, no. This is a very
Yeah.
delicate social situation, right? So they're walking in the same direction I am.
Mhm.
I have to decide if I'm going to walk at the same speed I am at and like move past them in a small alleyway, or slow myself down so I don't pass them, thereby either like following them very closely or trying to seem like I'm keeping a distance, both of which are kind of creepy. I'm also dressed in like robes.
Am I able to
And I've
sense
got-
this tension from a distance?
He is currently disappeared into the alley at the moment, and you are still in the market talking with Daedrin and one of the black cloak figures.
I'm gonna try and pass
Sorry,
the
my
couple.
awkward senses were
Okay.
tingling.
So what's the thing? What's a Shiva?
Shirva is a like
It's a chicken
Big bird.
yeah, it's a bird.
They have a
Kind of
bird
like a
that's walking
goose
behind
mixed
them.
with a chicken. It's like a goose mixed with a chicken, but
Mhm.
angrier.
Yes.
I can get you an art piece of one. Is
An
it-
angry goose chicken.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
but
It's
bigger.
just following them.
Yeah, it's small. It's being like it has like a leather kind of almost like harness kind of type thing to like.
Oh, so it's a pet.
It's more like a pet. It's kind of more the thing.
All right, I'm gonna try and pass them. I'm
Okay.
keeping my eye on the pet because maybe it's not friendly.
Go ahead and roll me a detect motive, please.
Pet's acting shady. What? It'll be 15.
15. Okay. As you pass these pair of individuals, the Shirva looks up at you, and for a split second, you think that like you see this weird, almost anger come from it. But then, as it like kind of turns and almost like wants to dart at you, you realize that it's just it's you're a new person and it's excited to see you, and it, kinda it runs.
For the excitement.
And as you walk through them, it wraps around the pair, and you hear them, speak in kind of this almost click sort of thing. And the woman of the pair of them looks at it and goes, "Oh, I apologize. Little spry. Sorry." And you keep walking past. Where the alley turns, it dives into more almost various houses of various things, mostly lower village style housing. But
I want to like. I don't know. Is there a thing to like detect magic or something like that?
Maybe.
I think a knowledge of arcane would be that.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. I can do an arcane check.
Yeah, that is actually what that would be. Arcane check in general is the
Okay.
determine a magical effect or. I
Oh
would say-
shit, this is gonna be a good one. So I got a 21 naturally with an 8,
Ooh.
and then I get a plus 6 to my check, so 27.
Woo!
What on earth?
Magic boy.
I know what women
Have
like.
really high intelligence, man.
I get the feeling I carry all of your things for you.
Oh yeah, I don't do anything. I'm not. If something breathes on me, I'm gonna fall over.
You are pretty able to tell that there is the magical energy coming from this direction is almost none, very limited, and you're able to kind of tell that this is not where the necromancer is maybe housing. Occasionally, you'll get like a quick sense of maybe a little bit of blue arcane energy as someone might be using something, but it's not neither the purple nor the black death magic. So
I will keep talking to the Skelly Man
Mhm.
because I don't know what the Skelly Man.
it holds a very awkward and mostly one-sided conversation as you shoot questions at it, and it just kind of sits there and listens and responds. At one point, he pulls out a little bit of silver and some copper and exchanges it for an item. Opening up of like just like a little bit of the cloak and stuffing it in before sitting there and continuing to converse with you.
Yeah, my friend's able to do some pretty cool stuff. They're kind of sort of related too, but they're not really related.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
He's kind of creepy sometimes too, but he doesn't dress them in cloaks.
Is that your third friend who went off to investigate things, or I don't know.
Yeah, where did he go?
As far as you can tell, he's not currently in the marketplace. So.
I'm sure he'll be back. So where are you guys going anyways?
Are
Are you going to like a club or something? Like you weren't like
Clubs don't entirely exist.
Club? You going to a club?
Going to a club?
no, like like a gathering of people club, not like a dance club.
Okay.
You and the bros gonna.
You and the bro's gonna go pop some bottles. No,
Pop some bottles and get lit at the club.
there are no clubs in the world of Adia. So regardless,
Are you sure?
I'm sure
I'm gonna have to bring this up with Smunchy. There are no clubs.
True.
there are no clubs.
There totally is.
They're not called clubs. They're called
They're not called
taverns
clubs.
or inns.
No. There's actually like things like that. I swear. Like you
Like,
don't know
an
how.
organization where you wear the same thing, so it's like
Like a guild or
Like a TED talk.
yes.
like a TED talk.
A dead talk.
Okay. No, but he kind of looks at you as you say club and goes, "You mean like an inn?"
Well, like like a bunch of people or they all get together and they all dress the same way. Cause you guys are all dressed the same way.
Yeah, I mean, we're not a royal family though. I think that's the only time I think I've heard of that. No, we're just of a group. Oh, I guess we could be like a.
Or like an order. I think that's what they call that.
Oh,
order.
maybe.
Yeah.
No, we're not really an order though either. We're not like the Fireforged or anything like that. Unfortunately.
I turned my attention to the griffin, who
Mhm.
I am. It's much easier to talk to them because and I'm just like, hey, how you doing? To the griffin.
Kind of clicks back at you and trips a little bit. And you can tell from that it's doing well. A little concerned as to why it's Ryder is talking with individuals in black cloaks and the conversation that's being had, but
Don't worry. I think it's weird too.
he kind of nods and, stretches out his wings real quick before putting him back. Then, do you continue down the alleyway, or where are you heading?
No, I'll head back. There's nothing interesting here.
Okay. You head back.
So,
The Shirva once again kind of runs up to you, and the man has to hold it back. And
I will pat it on the head.
it
That's a
like,
bad idea.
nestles into it a little bit before kind of returning back.
That was not the reaction I expected.
Yeah, well,
Shirva aren't always angry individuals.
It very clearly wanted my attention the first time.
Yeah.
Listen,
Like
if
a
it bit
dog.
me, there would have been a different reaction. But as of right now, I like these things.
it's a duck dog.
Yeah.
I love them. I love Shirva. I had a character that I wrote that was just a shaman that had an army of Shirva that
Heck
he
yeah.
out with, named Shank, because they make Shirva shanks and sell them in cities. And so
Yes.
he's Shank, the Shirva taming shaman that hates Shirva shanks, and he protests in the streets.
Heck yeah. So yeah,
Well-
being able to return, Daedrin is still conversing with one of the black cloaked individuals.
Hey, I made a friend.
Where's your friend at? I feel like maybe we should talk in person.
Which friend?
You, the one who's talking right now.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you?
Where am I? I'm a little ways off. About half a day trip out of town. You could walk with us if you want.
You guys want to go for a road trip?
Wait,
Is it out of the buildings?
It
Yes.
is out of town.
wait. Is that the thing you do?
Yes, it is in fact a thing that you do.
No. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go find that. That's cool. I'm gonna just hop onto the griffin.
Not in a town. I'm going.
Someone else who kind of shares my disposition. Yes, then we can meet.
You like plants too?
Not exactly, but
I just imagine you start opening your backpack. You're like, I got this one, and then I got this one, and then I found this one in the town the other day and bought it. Oh, and look, this one has spines on it, and I like to count them sometimes. Sometimes I feel like there's new ones, but then there's not, and there's different numbers every day. And then I found this rock. It's shiny. It's not a plant, but it was next to the plants.
I love you, Scott, man. You're so
Yeah,
but
that's what.
they all almost unnaturally in a similar time look and go, well, you'll know where to find us. Well, if you don't.
I'm just gonna follow you.
Oh, then by all means, let's travel.
I'm going to hand my backpack to Daedra. Can you take this stuff?
Yep, no problem. I pick things up and I put them down.
You hand off the bag. All of the black cloaked individuals then begin to exit through the kind of bigger road that you guys initially went down, where the person practicing the lute was.
Would you say that we are currently in a black parade?
You might just be. And they bid you
Are we
welcome.
You know, when I was a young boy, my father
Yeah?
took me to the city.
Did he take you to see a marching band?
He did indeed.
Oh no.
He had some choice words for me then.
Really?
Yeah. He said, one day, not anytime soon,
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave you.
Hmm.
A phantom
Yeah.
to lead you in the summer
Uh-huh.
to join the Black Parade.
Oh wow.
Prophecies, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I imagine
My
that
dad-
like this is a conversation between you and the skeleton that Daedrin's been talking to, and the rest are just kind of loosely based around you. As you all leave the city, you guys
They
get
all
a
sigh in unison.
as that wraps up. They all do indeed sigh. You see the chests fall from each and every
And then
one
I
of
just
them.
start yelling at them the exact same thing that I just said.
And he goes, "Yeah, I get it. You're like 2 words
He's
into
also not a really good music man.
it. I see that. As you all leave town, you guys get some strange looks from the fact that you are surrounded by about a dozen or so black-cloaked individuals.
That seems appropriate.
Entourage, if you will.
Yes.
Is this a trap?
Maybe.
You guys can all roll detect motives if you want to.
I'm
tried
just,
that.
I'm just gonna have my
Okay.
staff on me.
Oh, actually, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. Okay. I think that's a 20 even because I have no intelligence.
Okay.
I got a 11 with a 1 in there.
Should I roll? I wasn't going to, but I
If
can.
you-
I'm not doing really good at this detect motive
Might as
thing.
well.
All right. So you got 20, you got 11.
3.
Okay. Both
3?
then and for both of you think there's nothing wrong with this situation and that he just wants to have a nice and lovely chat.
Nah, can't be a trap. It
Yeah.
seems fine.
Daedrin, you feel like it's not exactly a trap, but he may have some ulterior motives for his reason to meet with you.
You know what? At least he's not a bard.
Hell yeah.
So why are we following you anyways? I mean, I might as well. Town wasn't all that exciting.
I believe your friend Ven wished to meet.
Yeah.
You're not going to beat us up, are you? Then it'd have to hurt you, and
Why
that wouldn't
would-
be very good.
Why would I wait till I left town to beat you up if I was going to beat you up?
Because then you'd beat up
Because
a whole
law
bunch of other
enforcement.
people in the process, and that would be bad.
I feel like you missed the gravity of this. But why would we wouldn't need to beat up other people. We
Hold
wouldn't-
on, wait. Hold on. When you're speaking to her, you need to not use terms like that.
Yeah.
You can't say gravity of the situation. It's entirely possible she's going to think the gravity is different where we are. If she
Right.
knows what gravity is.
Uh-huh.
I
So-
know what gravity is. I have a flying friend.
So let me ask you, Daedra, what did he mean when he said the gravity of the situation?
Go ahead and roll me.
I have no idea.
No idea.
I am going to shrug. I don't know. Maybe they also have flying things over there.
Okay, I am going to interrupt everything here. And I'm going to try to explain to her the situation, even though I probably don't know.
Go ahead and roll me a duplicity check.
Okay.
And I need you to roll me a detect motive.
I got a 14 with 1-8.
Okay.
And I just say, it means that you know, I'm gonna wait until I see what you say before I say what's going on.
I got a 20 with 1-8.
You begin to explain, and that's okay. To like you know what you're doing. Meanwhile, both Ven and I would say everyone in the Black Cloak all stop as you begin to do that and pause for a second before resuming their step. And Ven,
If the black cloak say anything?
he doesn't for a minute, but you see him
I'm gonna-
stop.
I'm gonna stop it before he does. I'm gonna be like, just let it happen.
And you see the one that's nearest to you that you've been talking to just kind of nods.
Just let it happen. Keep walking.
Did I pass the check?
You're able to. Well, hey, Are you? Daedrin, also roll me a detect motive.
Oh, good. Me and my 5. Wow. Okay. You're not gonna believe this.
I mean, I probably am.
It's a 20 with 2 8s.
Nice.
Yes.
You see through the fact that Frivorous is also bullshitting. And you kind of get also the fact that the reason why all of the figures in black stopped, as well as Ven, being like, just let it happen, is because Frivorous has no grasp on of what he's trying to say, but he's just trying to make it look like he does.
Yup. And it means that, like, you know how when like trees fall, it's like really, really loud and it crashes into the ground? That's because trees are what makes gravity, and so we fall more when we're in the forest. So the gravity of the situation is that in this situation, there's more gravity.
You see 12 pairs of gloved hands all come out.
And everyone claps.
In eerie unison, they clap specifically 5 times before putting the robes back over their hands and
I'm just gonna
walking.
lean down towards Ven and just kind of whisper, I'm almost 100% certain that that's completely wrong.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
Not in 1,000 years did I think I would be making a necromancer who, like, not choosing to be, but has to be the face of the party. Like, the guy who summons dead things is your go-to face with a social stat of 11.
It's more than double mine.
5.
I think this is a good point to take a quick break because we have been going for about an hour and a half.
Already?
Yes.
This
So
has been so much fun.
we're gonna hop over to the BRB screen. We're all gonna go human. We suggest all of you do the same real quick, and we'll come back for another about hour and 20 or so minutes. So we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break ish, roughly. Sooner if we can all make it back before then, and we will see you real soon. So,
Oh.
burb.
I just gotta say, I love the art for the Be Right Back screen.
Yeah, right? I was like, this art looks good. And Spongy was like, yeah, man. Just use it. I'm like, okay.
But the confetti.
Oh, yeah, the confetti.
The blue spirit magic.
The blue arcane magic. I need to make other colors of that because I think it'd be really good to do more colors.
Shouldn't it be purple for today, really, when you think about it?
I mean, seeing as blue is the
Purple.
most prevalent, which is why I went with blue.
That's fair, but necromancer thing.
It's fair. But yes, we are back. Welcome back, everybody. Last we left off, you all were leaving town with a troop of individuals that only one of you knows may or may not be a bunch of skeletons.
They're not scary or spooky, so don't worry about it.
Yet.
Okay, yeah, yet.
Do any of them have trumpets?
No. None of them.
That's
have
a
any
shame.
instruments. They are skeletons.
They don't have lips.
Lungs or lips.
Or lungs.
Have you seen Spooky Scary Skeletons? They play the trumpet.
Those are different skeletons.
Yeah.
We'll talk later about how those skeletons work.
Regardless, either way, about an hour has passed since we last left off, and you guys have made your way kind of into, you leave the town behind, the last stragglers of farmland, as it devolves into forest. You all begin to make your way, and then at one point, they deviate onto this almost not quite path through the underbrush. You see footsteps here and there from where you guess that they came from, and they all kind of switched almost like this double rank sort of walking path pattern.
Can I ask you a question really quick?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How many skeletons did you say there were?
There were a dozen.
A dozen?
Yes.
Whoa.
It's like a cabal of necromancers, really, when you think about it.
Well, the thing is, if it's one dude, he's so smart.
He's very strong.
You know how high your int mod has to be to have 12 skeletons?
Well, it's not even your int mod. Like, not only because like the limit to the summoned skeletons is the spell itself. The spell itself limits your skeletons based on the tier you are. You only get up to 4. So this is either like a super strong necromancer, a pact of necromancers, or something that we really can't comprehend.
Oh, so they reworked how the skeletons work. It used to be that
It's your in mod
2
up to
skeleton. Oh, up to 4.
Yeah, it's your in mod up to
Okay.
4 now. That's the way it is in the new.
Yeah, there wasn't a limit before.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell my big griffin friend, we better do the split ups thing. You go up there, and I give you the signal, then you come down and kill things. You're a lot sneakier up above.
As
Kinda
it's flying
nods.
away, I say, never split the party!
It just kind of like, caws back at you real quick before flying up.
It has actually, it's a lot stealthier in the air than it ever is on the ground. So
So,
I'm trying to preserve my big furry pet.
could I have you all roll me spot checks, please?
Oh boy! Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Cool.
Oh,
How
no.
are you?
I got a 17.
17? Okay. Mm-hmm.
I got an 11 with 1-1.
11 with 1. Yeah.
I got, hang on. That's a 19.
A 19? So you're 19, 17, and 11? Come on up.
Because I was looking up in the sky, I didn't see it.
Yes, I know.
Kitty!
Yes, Kitty. One cat, though, who is needy. So, but either way, you all, I would say, thank you for knocking my phone off. I appreciate that. Daedrin and Ven, you first both see what looks to be a small, almost like a small mansion. It's a rather large building made entirely out of wood. that is about like hidden deep within the forest. You can see that it's made the cornerstones, which are just out of trees that are still growing, that are like up and provide as almost like kind of coverage from any sort of really top. Okay, you're distracting me. I need you to go. Bye. So, and for you take a minute, but then as you kind of see where everybody else seems to be looking at, you are able to also make out the tree as well, the mansion as well.
You said the trees grow into the mansion?
Yes, as like kind of like the corners of the building, they're built into the trees.
I just stare at it like in semi awe, and then I'm like, that is my kind of house.
And one of the skeletons kind of nearby, he goes, "I'm glad you approve."
Oh, you live here? Is this your home?
Yes, this is where we live.
Wow, that's really nice. I never lived
so-
in anything this nice.
It's so plant.
It is made out of wood. That is correct.
All right.
I can do cool stuff with plants,
Most
but not for very long.
I can do cool stuff with plants, but for a lot longer.
Marvelous. I'm glad you all can do things with plants.
What is happening?
I don't know. I'm in the same boat. They all kind of line. They all walk up the walkway, and then they all kind of spread out to do various things. Most of them, 8 of them, going into the house, and then 4 kind of wrapping around it. You see, kind of at the top of the doorway, made out of almost like a very fine metal of some description, a pair of well taken care of suits of armor. They're kind of, their feet have the like signs of overgrowth kind of taking on, but otherwise they look very well taken care of. And as you all kind of walk up the steps, the double doors that kind of open and were beginning to naturally close swing open again as another human figure, about just a little shorter than you actually have been.
Oh
Yanks open
my
the
God.
doors.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, continue.
What's up?
I'm sorry. Go on.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I had the skeletons, the summoned skeleton spell from 1.8.1 beta. I just read the regular 1.8.2 summon skeletons, and it's up to your int mod. So like,
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
okay.
Like that dude has 120 intelligence at least.
And he kind of swings the doors open. Nice of you to join us.
You're shorter than I expected.
Yes, I know. I'm not this all-powerful fucking whatever the hell. The name's Agathar.
Hey, your height does not have any representation of how strong you are. And then I point at at Ven. I'm like, he's pretty cool.
Yes, I believe he's, out of the 3 of you, the one that had the most intellectual conversation with at the moment.
I'm not good at words.
any conversation, it is almost impossible to converse with the 2 of them, especially simultaneously.
I'm aware.
Hi, Agakar, you said it was?
Yes, Agathar.
My name is Ven, as I'm sure you're aware by now.
Yes, we've had multiple conversations. And I presume the 2 of you are Ferv and Daedra?
I wave.
Moves back.
This
You're
is
not
a
a
little cat
bard,
visit.
are you?
I'm not a bard. If it wasn't already obvious, and 2 of the skeletons that had already previously entered kind of 2 of the black-hooded creatures for the 2 of you that had already walked in, come back out and kind of take off their hood and reveal the fact that they are, in fact, skeletons.
Oh!
Okay,
Hey, Ben,
just-
you could do that.
I
Just
can do
making
that.
sure. Yes, I am Durf. or Ferv, not Derv.
Derv?
Derv.
Derverous.
Derverous.
Uh,
All right, but yes. So, welcome to the home away from home, I guess. Kind of a spot out in the middle of nowhere, but it's my lifestyle. So.
how'd you get the trees to grow into the thing?
I hired I think maybe one of my friends hooked me up and did the initial house building for me, and then I furnished the insides.
And then I say, "You're friends with a shaman?"
I'm friends with multiple people. Yes, one of them is indeed a shaman.
Cool. I can do plant things too.
I
And I show him my staff.
yes, I remember hearing it the first time.
Just making sure.
Okay.
Now the pleasantries are done.
Yes.
You're just gathering supplies so that you don't have to be around people. Why was your skeleton hanging out in an alley, being all shady?
Being all shady. That's a good question.
It was daytime.
You're going to stop making that argument, and I'm going to make you.
He just kind of looks and goes, I mean, I was awaiting individuals because there was, through my people and my knowledge that I have, there was talk of some individuals coming to town that were not the kindliest of folk. So,
Oh, I met a mean man earlier today. He
not
was a
the
bad
bard,
music man.
not the actually dangerous individuals, not a young orc in his teens that is trying to just relax after a stressful day.
Oh, so actual bards.
What is it with you and bards? Do you have a vendetta against them? I've heard you go on about this for a good hour and a half now.
One of them tricked me into giving them all of my money when I was drunk.
That doesn't sound like a trick.
I'm-
It sounds like you were drunk.
It sounds like
I-
like a casual drunk encounter.
Mm.
Casual
Honeyed words are a ruse.
It was a bad card game, but I let it happen.
A bad card game. Maybe one of Frey?
Yeah, that one.
The time it took is what killed me on that.
I hate that card game because there's no plants involved.
Not yet. Oh, have you not played? Oh, I'll have to show you a different version.
Well, there's Frey with plants involved.
I don't know exactly where it comes from.
We're getting off topic.
Yes, we are. So, the individuals that I kind of recall are a band of, I think, beast tamers. And they have kind of been roaming the countryside and the plains these past few months, causing problems with the kinsworn, and the Senzai in particular. And as a result, have made a killing doing so and are now trying to move north and up here towards the forests. I believe they just passed Rockdom Nar not too long ago. So.
I've been there once. It's a lot of orcs and smart people.
It's most of this terrain.
I watched it from the outside.
Rockdom Nar, right.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
too many bards.
Right.
I didn't step foot in the place.
Mhm.
All right. So the bard thing. This is going to be an ongoing issue where, like, we can't enter towns because there's the possibility that a bard is there.
What do you think I was crouching around looking for when I was in the marketplace?
Backpack?
I said I was looking for people who sell drums and backpacks.
So, a merchant? Drums? Here, listen. Bards don't sell instruments, they play them. Merchants sell things.
That is beside the point.
No, that is the entire point.
When they sell instruments, then bards have a reason to come.
Okay.
We're getting off topic.
Uh-huh.
My question to you all, because you seem like, well, maybe not the most intellectual of beings, those that can get things done.
Yeah, I think at some point in time we may have done something that was finished. Maybe.
Maybe. All right. Well, would you mind assisting myself in the removal of these beast tamers?
Bad
Depends.
beast tamers are not good. They
It
put us
depends.
all. They'll give us all a bad name.
I'm gonna get kind of serious for a minute and be like, it depends. Why do you want them gone?
Because they've been terrorizing the plains and the Kinsworn, making it especially hard for the Zenzai to reliably move their various dwellings. And now are moving north and probably going to be terrorizing the villages up here.
Do I know about these beast tamers?
Roll
Because
me
I
a
was trained by
knowledge
the
check.
sensei.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me.
Oh
Actually,
boy, knowledge.
That's a knowledge. They don't give me
I'm great at the knowledge. But I'm not rolling.
I rolled 666. So well,
Oh, should I roll knowledge as well?
so I technically got a 20 because I have a 2 for my modifier.
Okay, so 20 with the modifier. Okay, you definitely kind of remember, especially as you were working your way up here, to like right before you went to Rockdamnar and then met up with these individuals at a undisclosed location that we should maybe disclose at a future date. You do kind of recall but they were much more the local bandits than a notorious group of beast tamers.
Am
What
I
pets do they
positive that
have?
it's
Are you?
They aren't Hydra carriers, are they? Hydras are the worst. They're very unruly.
I feel like I've heard tell of it, but I don't remember the source or that if it was a reliable one.
Do I know for a fact that these beast tamers and the ones that I'm thinking of are the same ones?
You have a pretty good idea based upon, and Akakar will go on to kind of tell more about roughly what he does know of them, and it sounds very familiar. The tactics they use and the stuff of that nature do kind of match up with the bandits that you're kind of thinking of.
Last I heard, those guys were just random thugs, not notorious bandits. When did they become powerful enough to reach notoriety?
Not too long ago, when they made a rather, I would say unfortunate for the Senzai involved, they made a pretty big raid on one of the Senzai camps, one of their big ones, and got off with quite a few things. I believe, I think a Hydra was one, or they got that just before that and used it.
Where are they?
Last I heard, they had just skirted around Rockdamnar, and they were heading
Let's
this
go.
way.
Oh, now you're serious?
I did say I was getting serious.
No,
They
I know.
messed with my friends. They're the ones that trained me.
I said that in character.
Yeah. So did I
Yep.
in character.
Bad beast tamer is not good for the rest of the beast tamers. I'll fix this.
All right, and if you need me, he kind of like looks to the three of you before passing on what looks to be an oversized but very intricately carved silver coin to you, Ben, and goes, "I think you'll know how to use this out of the three of you, but use that if you need it, and it should provide some extra aid.
All right, got it.
And roll for me a quick Arcana check.
Uh, 23 with an 8.
23 with an 8. You're able to easily kind of just discern that this is a coin that has been infused with magic, and basically allows you to cast the spell summon skeleton, but it's as an action instead of a spell. So basically, you can use it to get extra skeletons at some point, if you wish to.
That's cool. That's a cool item.
Yeah. So
Free skeletons.
free skeletons. So
If we travel on the back of your griffin, it'll be faster.
Can it hold all 3 of us?
I believe it's a great griffin, so I think it can.
Unless we're each hauling 100 pounds worth of goods, it can easily carry us.
Can I also point out the fact that I'm technically stronger than my griffin, but that's beside the point. I can
mean-
actually carry that thing like it's like a child.
You can if you wish to.
All things considered, I probably could as well.
Anyway, yeah, we can get onto the back of the griffin and I'll go. Flying is faster.
You all hop on the griffin, and you take off. And about after an hour or so of travel, through kind of following the rough path that you guys took from Rockdamnar to here, go ahead and roll me spot checks once again.
Yeah,
18.
1 with an 8.
13 with a
18,
1.
13 with a 1, and what'd you get again, Ben?
21 with an 8.
21 with an 8. Awesome. I would say the pair of you, both Daedrin and Ven, are able to see the telltale heads of a hydra maneuvering through the forest and moving down a path. Its rider is weirdly absent, and kind of following up behind it seems to be a almost a you also see what looks to be a why not? Yes, you see a hydra, and you see also a dire wolf.
Just hanging out together.
They are currently moving down the path. They don't seem to have any riders.
I wish I had seen that.
If you can definitely point it out to them, and then you can see it too. If one of the two of you points it out to you.
I'll just point it out. I'll be like, that doesn't seem right.
I immediately see the dire wolf. Yeah, like Dee pointed it out, right?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
point out. So
When
you-
I see the dire wolf behind the Beastmaster, I just nudge him and say it's probably a shaman.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's just like really smart animals walking around traveling in packs.
No,
It's not really
Hydra and wolves don't
normal.
normally live together like that,
Yup.
unless they've been taught to do so.
Mm-hmm. Not normal. Should I do a knowledge of nature check or a bluff check?
Please do a knowledge of nature check for me. Also, are you guys stealthing or not?
Yep, stealth mode on the Griffin.
All right,
I
go
can
ahead and
roll
roll
that.
me. Yes, roll me a stealth check for the Griffin, please.
I got a 28 with 2
28.
eights.
Oh my gosh, awesome. Then you will easily kind of know that based upon your knowledge of the region, especially coming up from Rockdamar, you know there's not really a river nearby, but it's River Hydra. And you also know that dire wolves definitely do not usually interact with anything outside of other dire wolves in the capacity that these beings are coexisting in. What'd you get for that stealth check?
It's a 22.
22?
It also has the ability Silent Flight, so
Yes, I would say that. I'm following. So you are
I d-
able, as far as you guys can tell, they do not seem to have noticed you.
I just go into like weird tour guide mode and I'm like, fun fact, direwolves are one of the only animals that can use arcane magic.
Thanks.
Sorry.
feel like if we can try to sway these, we wouldn't have to kill them. I wouldn't like to kill somebody else's beast. I wouldn't like my own beast to die.
Why do we have to fight them at all?
If they're hurting people, then they shouldn't be doing that.
Bold of you to assume that this is automatically our enemy when we see one weird person.
Well, again, Hydra and direwolves don't normally.
Okay, so it's a
Live-
Beastmaster shaman walking down the road. That doesn't mean they're bad people.
We could talk.
Innocent before guilty. But I don't know what either of those words mean, so I'm just like speaking a saying in the context I think it
Something
should
you've
be.
heard somewhere.
Yeah.
I feel like Ferb has maybe heard you, Ben, say that once before, and he's trying to seem cool.
I'm just gonna look at him. I'm gonna be like, "No, please do go on."
But yes, you see them. They're kind of traveling. They don't seem to be traveling at a very fast pace. Almost walking a little slow for the size of the creatures that they are.
All right. Well, I mean, I can talk to them. Can you talk to them?
I can talk to both of them very easily.
Like, are
We
you
should
asking
probably-
if I should talk to them?
Excuse me, can you talk to animals? I don't think so.
I'm not. You know what? You do you.
I will pull out a javelin to ready it, and then I will turn to Ferb and go, "Let's go talk to them," and then nudge the griffin down to land on like the canopy of the trees close by,
On the
I-
canopy.
like so that he's like up, like we have some leverage.
Roll me a spot check.
Oh wait, are we in the plane so that I obviously can't do this?
No.
Okay, 16.
16. I just want to make you aware as you're looking. Because of the size of the griffin, there's no real easy place for it to land without either jabbing its foot into something or being at such an awkward angle that it's of no use to either you or the griffin. Because they are rather large creatures, and the trees there are not that big.
Fair.
So,
All right. Is there a water source nearby?
a water source?
Is there's a river, right?
Not nearby.
Before Deidre can even react, I said, I'll go, and I just jump.
Okay. You're gonna jump off of a flying. Okay.
Yup.
Okay, you are now falling. What are you gonna do?
Your character was fun to know.
I mean,
The canopy is rapidly approaching. What are you doing?
there's trees near me, right?
There are trees near you, and as you are kind of falling, you kind of see.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use elemental discharge of wind on below me, so it catches my fall.
Okay. You're gonna use elemental discharge of wind, so you catch your fall.
Yeah. Do I have to roll for that, or can I just
Hold
do
on.
that?
Hold on, I'm gonna look at this. It's a grade 1 elemental spell.
Yeah.
So, and then air. So, cast spell, choose an element. You can use it, but nothing will happen.
Okay.
Elemental discharge affects your weapon attacks and not your ability to just use.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
you're going to weapon. If I got this right, you are now falling. You're almost near the canopy, and you're going to discharge the ground.
Yeah.
I am going to urge the griffin to pick him up by the leathers.
No.
Roll me. Let's see what we have here.
Yeah,
What?
the griffin can also like dive bomb pretty fast, so you might have a chance of not crushing to your death.
Bold of you to assume I would die from this, even though I probably am.
You are going to. That's just like reckless,
We
dude.
don't have saves in this. Am I not finding them?
Jumped off of a flying griffin.
Okay, so roll me an.
I do
agi
get
save.
natural advantage because I'm in the air with my elemental discharge
It's
that does
not
nothing.
The speed.
Does-
The speed is not the problem. Go ahead and roll me an agi save for your griffin.
Okay. Sweet. The one thing griffins are actually really, really good at.
Ooh, actually, could I technically use guided spirit strike to see where I land?
No.
Ooh,
13
You are
and
falling.
6 is 19.
19. Okay. How fast can the griffin move?
It's got a 60-foot fly speed,
60-foot flight speed.
and it has, well,
You
a
are.
flyby attack technically,
It's a flyby attack, technically.
yeah. But I can grapple with the claws, so at least he's not going to die. He's just gonna.
Okay. He's not gonna. So, I would say, then go ahead and roll me. What is your AC again? Or not your AC? Your DV,
Me?
Your dodge value.
My DV
Yes.
is 15.
15. Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack, please.
Me?
Yes.
Mm. Oh. Whoa. 14 and 8 is 22 plus 3, 25.
25.
With an
an 8. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Yeah, and you add 1d6 to that because of the 8.
Yep. Sorry, Marine. You might not be alive after this.
I don't know.
15. That's 15. It's 21, and you were 21 piercing, but you were also grappled.
21 piercing.
21 piercing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm completely fine.
Really?
That didn't even dent my HP.
Also, you're only going to take half of that because the griffin is not actively trying to hurt you. But it is collateral as you are more. It's more because you are dragged through the trees, as you have just broken the canopy before you feel the tug of the claws in the front two paws of this griffin grab onto your torso and kind of dig in. And then you also feel like the whiplash of various branches as you are lifted back up.
How much damage was it you said? 21?
Halved
21.
to 10.
21 halved. Oh.
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah, that did like
yeah,
nothing.
the
Okay.
griffin is also not trying to actively harm you. It's more trying to get the grapple effect.
Yeah, I get you.
So,
And I just look up and it said, I would have been mostly fine. I forgot to account that the trees make the gravity worse.
Well, that happened.
yep, that did happen.
And we're now. There goes our element of surprise. I'm pretty sure.
Reroll me stealth.
Should probably like have a die taken away for this sort of thing.
I just said rolling stealth.
Well, I wasn't actually telling it to fly stealthy, so I don't know if I still get it. It's a 14.
14? Okay. As you climb back up and you kind of say that, you definitely see as you kind of lean over and look again, the heads of the Hydra, kind of one at a time, begin to look up at you. Before one of them turns and snaps something, and the wolf also follows suit. As you are, looking at them, out of the tree line comes this figure, clad in only like a leather vest, and otherwise just plain clothes, who kind of looks out before darting back into the tree line.
Well, if you can talk to animals, do it now.
I just go, hey!
And okay, so you're speaking with animals.
To both of them, I just say, hey.
Oh, okay. So you say hey, and the Hydra looks up, and one of the heads goes, "What do you want?"
I was just passing through. I thought I'd say hi. It's not often you see a Hydra and a wolf walking together, It's like, I gotta say hi to that.
There is reason for that, obviously. And the wolf kind of snarls and goes, "And why shouldn't we just kill you where you fly?" Yeah, that's the word. Fly.
Mainly because you can't reach me.
What's your dodge value again? 15?
Yep.
Hi. How are you?
Oh,
Why
this is
would you
hilarious.
challenge him that way? We're trying to handle the animals, not antagonize the animal.
I thought it would be funny.
Okay, I can't have you yelling in my ear. I don't care.
Oh,
Yeah.
it sounds like my cat.
Yep. Yep. It probably is like your cat. Okay, how many of these do I need?
The good news is that direwolf is discharging all of its spells now, so that we don't have to worry about it in combat for reals.
Mm-hmm.
I thought its spells are more close range. I guess it has some range ones. Were we a lot closer than I thought we were?
No, you guys are pretty far. I would say where the heck is equipment in this fucking thing? Jesus, I cannot read. I have no ability to read. There we go. There we are. Okay. You take 7 points of piercing damage
Ooh.
as
Scary.
an arrow sticks into one of your arms.
Hey, that's not fair. I was talking to the animals.
Well, you did ask whether or not we could hit you from up there.
I didn't ask. I said you couldn't.
And we proved you wrong.
You didn't. Your weird dude over there, who's a jerk, did.
You're just
No.
talking like Hydra. I don't understand this, right?
Yeah, no, you don't really get. You get the rough gist that he is upset that there is an arrow.
I'm going to assume I'm talking to Daedric.
No,
Daedric.
big scary pointy man threw a pointy thing. I'm gonna throw a pointy thing back.
I'm just
Didn't
gonna
throw a
assume.
pointy thing, shot a pointy thing, but
Shot him. Well, whatever.
it's important.
You know
I
what?
have pointy things too.
You do you.
Whoa, wait a minute. When did that turn green?
When did that turn green? Like a lot. Like, before we went on break because we were in the forest. Or
Oh,
as we went on break, and then when we came back. Okay.
I'm really observant, clearly.
So, with that, why don't we dive in to combat?
Combat!
Hey, we're rolling for initiative, right?
No. It's,
Oh no.
This ain't D&D. Y'all just get to go.
I'm dumb.
What are you guys doing?
I forgot. We all just go on the same turn. We
Mhm.
just what we do.
So,
Is my elemental discharge still in play?
yeah, I would say I don't think you actually used it because I feel like
Oh, do
you-
have a long bow. Sweet.
You would have realized that it was an unwise and not helpful decision to try and elemental discharge your way to stop your.
Well, the thing is I wanted it to be funny, and I knew I was like, this isn't gonna save me at all, but it'll be funny when I smack the ground,
Yeah.
and I know I can survive.
But I also was like, I'll keep it so that way, because you got saved by the griffin. So
Yeah.
that being
You're
said,
welcome, I think.
Dr. What, since you are the new one here, just make sure we all have hands of cards, and your cards are kind of listed by what you got from your route paths, as well as one of each starting. So whatever you've added on to that from your paths is what you have to hand. So you have one of each, and then extras of some per necromancer fanciness.
Yeah, get my cards all written down.
Heck yeah. Okay. And since we are going to be using Theater of the Mind today, to make it easier on us who have less than stellar machines, I'm going to keep that on y'all to use and update as required. So.
All right, let me double check minion rules real quick because I think it's slightly different.
They go on your turn, and you can either pick or you can roll.
Okay.
So yep. Same goes for your skeletons when you have them summoned. Dr. What? They go on your turn, and they follow one of the actions that you can tell them to do. And it does not require an action to tell them what to do. Or you can have a roll if you want to be fancy.
Nope. Right now, I'm just going to instruct it to keep on. Actually, no. I'm going to drop the javelin I had, draw the bow, knock it, and go.
Okay. So you're gonna use an action.
Spending an action card to shoot.
Okay. Who are you shooting?
The guy that just shot my friend.
Can you see him?
How dare he?
Can you see him?
Let's find out.
Tell me spot check.
Yep.
What's that? What's your number?
It's an 18
It's an 18
with an 8.
with an 8. Unfortunately, you cannot make out where his position is in the forest canopy
Well, boo.
because
How high up are we?
I think I was gonna say around 60 feet.
Damn.
50 or 60 feet up because you guys are just above
Mm.
the canopy of the trees, which I want to say is about that. Unless it's higher, but I would say I'll leave
Then
it up to
I'm not going to spend my action card.
But
Yeah, we need to get lower.
All
I
right.
am going to use a recovery card
Mhm.
or a What's it called?
Regen.
regen card
Cool.
while we're getting down there.
All right.
So I can, I believe it's my toughness modifier, right? I
Yes.
regenerate
Yep.
my toughness modifier per round
Yes.
that I keep it out.
I will tell the griffin to land.
Okay.
And I would like it to. So there's the wolf and the hydra there, and we are up.
Yeah, so the wolf and the hydra are on the path. The wolf
Did
is
I at
pretty-
least see the direction where that arrow is coming from?
that was part of the spot check that I had you roll, and I'm gonna say no because you were more focused on the hydra and stuff. You got the rough idea, but because of the distance and where you are, you can't make out the origin point.
Then I'm gonna have him land behind. So I want it to use. I'm going to use the movement card with it, so that can I fly under 20 feet with it?
Your movement card is different than your minion's movement.
Got it.
That'd be for you, because your minion rules are you give them one of their you tell them what one of their actions that they can do.
Is the movement position card?
Yes, Moving
Okay.
is a position
You
card.
can move without a position card,
Yes.
but using the position card doubles your normal movement.
Yeah.
So basically, I want to at least have it land so that it's behind the wolf and the hydra. So at least it would take a whole movement for them to get to us.
Okay. Then you will be flying above them this turn. Because if you want to fly to where it takes a whole movement for them to get to you, you would have to fly a decent ways.
We gotta land if we want to attack anything. That's the catch. Well, no, you guys are all magic-y. You can do stuff.
I need to
I
be
have to be
close
touching the ground to use any of my spells, except
Fine.
for elemental discharge.
Then we'll just have the griffin land right where it is.
Okay. I will say
So it
you will.
lands.
You can fly straight down its full movement speed, and you all can you don't have to use a position card, but you can all hop off as part of your movement for like 5 feet of it, and it's not even.
All right.
So
I guess I'll just. Is there a ready action? Can I?
you can cast a spell. You can use an action. You have regen, refresh.
I'm gonna spend a spell card and summon skeletons when we touch the ground.
Okay, so you'll use a spell card. What's the
casting time.
casting time? That's the word I'm looking for.
If I'm not mistaken, it's phases. but I'm not-
I think so too.
Check
So-
it really quick.
Yeah.
So you'll cast it this turn, and you'll put a put a die or something like that to mark it. So you have 3 phases.
3 phases.
Yep. So then you'll have I would say mark it some way where you have 3 phases left, and then it'll cast on the phase that it hits one. So
Okay.
you have spent your spell card to do that. Annie.
I'll
Okay,
get
go
off
ahead.
of the griffin and stand in a position in order to try to draw aggro.
To draw aggro.
Can I use a spell while I'm regenning, or how does regen cards work?
Regen is your card. You can play 1 card per turn, so you'd be using your regen card. This
Yeah,
turn.
so it's only the regen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then how are you drawing aggro? Like what are you using? I guess is the.
You know what? I'm just gonna. I'll just shout really loud. That's all I'm gonna do.
You're just gonna shout.
I have nothing that actually will like legitimately do it. But
Okay,
I don't. I would
then-
rather it attack me rather than my beast.
I think there is a taunt action you can do.
I believe so as well, but I don't remember if it. I think it's a specific thing.
Oh no, only minions can use the taunt action.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, then I will just stand there. Arrow knocked. That's all I can do
So
until I can find something.
You can. So you're just not gonna play a card this turn.
I'm not attacking the beast until they attack us. That's not in my nature to just randomly attack somebody's pet. I have my own pet. It would make no sense for me to just hurt
Okay.
them.
That's fine.
All things considered, that wolf was very rude.
The wolf was very rude. Okay. Let's see. For our pair of individuals.
Who's to say we shouldn't just kill you?
What? Somebody's pet. I wouldn't want someone attacking my pet.
He's mocking the wolf.
The wolf said that.
Yeah, the wolf.
He said, "Who's to say we shouldn't just kill you?" I am the aggro player for the first round because they already attacked me once, so they're engaged with me.
That is true.
Well, that's early.
Yeah. Let's just say, while the damage that you did to me was very minuscule, the damage they did to me was also minuscule. But together, that's a different story.
Okay. The Hydra is going to close the distance and is going to get to about 10 feet away from you all, from where it is currently standing. The dire wolf
He's on top of us.
Maybe.
Darn it.
He's definitely going to. Yep.
He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
He's going to close the distance towards you. Where are the three of you in relation to the griffin as it lands?
I'm right in front of it in a
I am
protective stance.
crushed underneath it because I was in his talons when he landed.
Okay, he will set you down kindly beforehand and release the
Okay, cool.
I don't know. I'd probably take position behind the big guys.
Okay. So you're behind the three of them.
Yeah.
And Ferv, where are you amongst this group?
I'm going to say that I am. Which talon grabbed me?
Both the front ones did.
Both of the front ones. All right.
Yeah.
Well, then I will be directly in front of the griffin because
Okay.
I'm right where they placed him. And then I started like patching myself up basically as I landed because I used the refresh card.
As you're patching yourself up, the Hydra kind of lumbers forward, but coming and jumping over it in between two of its heads before landing and bolting towards you is the dire wolf. And the dire wolf lands and like doesn't even really stop as it just connects. What's your DV value again? I'm not remembering it. I'm sorry.
15.
15.
15. Okay. Then he's going to connect with you and with a bite attack.
I am going to use my reaction utility, which
Okay.
is Spirit Protector.
Okay.
You're guarded by your spirit animal ancestors, and when you're hit with a spell or an attack, you can use your reaction to increase your power and maw by your spirit.
Okay.
So my spirit is 90, so my paw and maw are 93 and 95.
Gotcha.
That's a lot of spirit. Holy crap.
My staff gives me 50 more.
You take.
How'd you get a big fancy like that?
I spent all my gold.
Yeah, that's all his gold is spent on. You take 13 points of piercing damage, and you are now grappled as he has pinned you to the ground in front of the griffin. With a bite that is just clamped kind of around your mid-torso.
Oof.
Um,
This is not good, fellas.
It's okay.
Is it? Is it though?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay because an arrow then goes flying at where you were standing beforehand, and just goes in between the wolf and the griffin, from the tree line as the kind of individual, kind of has another arrow raised.
Oh no.
Okay. End of the phase. Knock down that. You're down to two phases left on your spell. There.
Yay.
And we're now to another phase. You can use another action while casting a spell. So once you've casted the first turn, you can do something else in the meantime.
I don't know what else I would do.
Punch things. I don't know. Anything you
I'm
want.
not going to punch things. I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay.
Summon my skeleton.
Heck yeah. Sounds good. Ferv.
I'm going to beat up a thing. This wolf is really mean and it's hurting my friend. I'm going to tell the griffin to maul.
Okay.
I am going to. I'm going to use a. You know what? I'm going to use a utility card to drink a healing potion because otherwise I'm going to die.
You are grappled.
I can't drink when I'm grappled?
I
Alright.
don't. I need to look up grappling and how that works. I feel like that might be a little hard to do.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
We'll see. Let me
Let's look up grappled.
grapple. Okay. Grapple. No. Grappling. do you get out of grappling? There's no thing on how to get out of grapple.
Now, when you said I took 15 damage, was that through my my DV?
That was
or
just
it
the straight
half
number.
that?
That was the straight number, so that was half. And that was
Oh, I was supposed to half that then. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
That makes it me in a much more survivable position.
Okay, yeah, I would say that is the number I gave you. If you have it, then that's I'm leaving that up to you. I'm giving you the number that is rolled with my dice.
Okay, cool.
So the griffin is going to try to grapple the wolf, or maul. I'm sorry.
Small wolf. Okay, that's fine. And I would say you can roll a strength check to try to escape the grapple before taking your action.
All right. One moment.
'Cause
I
don't
okay.
see anything there that says here's how to escape grapple.
Does a 19 break its dodge value?
Does a 19 break the direct dodge? Let's see. Probably, but let's see. DV, yes, it does.
So you said a strength check?
Yes.
6.
One second. My dice got all mixed up. So
6
I grab my
is
D8.
18 slashing damage,
18 slashing damage. Okay.
and it has bleed 6.
Has bleed 6. Okay.
Take that, you stupid wolf.
Ooh. 22 with 2 8s on my strength check.
22 with 2 8s. Okay.
You are a big, strong boy.
Yep,
That is the
you
thing.
are no longer grappled.
Cool. Did that count as my turn? Or
No, you can still play an action. I was
Okay,
gonna say
well
that
then
was
I am going to cast Nature's Wrath.
And if it is, then we need to clarify how to escape a grapple. For Spongy, who is listening in chat. Because I'm not reading it here. And I don't know if I'm reading the wrong part, or if it's just not clearly visible, but they have everything else in one spot. So I feel like it should have been there. So,
Alright.
Yeah.
So Nature's Wrath. I'm running Nature's Wrath with a natural advantage. So you choose a target in range for plants to surround and immobilize while harming the target. The target must make a strength spell save, and on a failure, the target is pinned, dealt 3d6 bludgeoning damage, and they must do this every round until they break free, or when 6 rounds, which is the duration, is up.
Okay.
The target can attack the plants to free themselves, automatically hitting each turn, but they must deal at least 15 damage in a single attack to be broken free.
Where did I put my... Okay.
And when it says a strength spell save, is that their strength versus my spell?
It's with your, I guess your spell save.
Alright, and let me also read off Natural Advantage. Natural Advantage, when casting spells while in contact with the same element as the spell type you're casting, you gain +1 d6 to all damage and can add your spirit mod to the spellcasting roll. Being in contact with air requires you to be not wearing a hat. Being in contact with earth requires you to not be wearing foot gear, and I'm not wearing foot gear. So, yeah.
Of course you're not wearing shoes. Why would you wear shoes?
I only wear my tattered pants that are basically shorts.
Okay.
Did I see where that arrow came from?
He stepped out of the underbrush, so you can see him regardless.
Cool. Because then I'm going to shoot my arrow at the guy that's shooting arrows at us.
Okay. You dealt 18, correct?
Yes,
Initial damage from the
18,
wall?
and
Okay.
it has 6 bleed.
Okay.
Okay. Did you figure out what to do for the Nature's Rage?
For the spell save.
Yeah. I'm pretty
Um,
sure it's my spirit mod plus my... Well, I roll
I
spirit.
believe it's
and then
11 plus spirit mod is the number.
11?
Yeah, 11 plus spirit mod. Because I remember Jake talking about it the other day on Discord.
Oh. Okay.
So,
Well, then they have to get past 13.
13? Okay. And that's strength, you said?
Yeah. If it's 11 plus spirit mod.
Yes, yeah, it's what I'm gonna say it is, unless it isn't, and then I can be corrected in chat. He will make that save though, unfortunately.
Bruh.
So,
Even with the natural advantage?
natural advantage, add your spirit mod to the attack.
Spirit mod to the spellcasting roll and plus 1d6 to the attack. So it's an additional spirit mod. So I guess technically it'd be 15.
Still passes it, unfortunately.
Rip.
Yeah, it was a 17 plus 6.
Whoa. Wait a minute. 17 plus.
Well, yeah, because strength mod.
It's 23.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like 11 plus his strength and then 11 plus my spirit.
No. He makes a save against your.
Oh, so
spell
he
DC.
rolls. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah. Unless I've got that
Right.
wildly incorrect. But you're gonna go shoot a bow at the guy shooting bows.
Yes.
Okay.
And I got an 18 again to hit the
18.
thing.
Okay, that works.
That's why I was like, dang, he's got a lot of strength. 17.
And that is 2d6. And I add my Agi mod for damage with bows, right?
Sure. I don't know, to be honest.
I don't know.
I don't know.
9 damage.
9 damage. Okay.
That is my turn.
Okay, that is your turn, and then you're not doing anything else additional, correct? After that,
I don't think so. They can't cast other spells.
I believe you can. If you have the spell card for it, you can.
Oh, what would run up my spell card? I'm good.
Okay.
But I have one more phase left. Woo!
Yeah, and then you can summon Skelly Boys.
Skelly boys.
Skelly Mans!
I'm pretty sure I'm dead.
I would say you aren't because you didn't hit with an attack.
I know, my griffin just drew aggro. You're fine.
Yeah. So. Alright, he's gonna burn 10. Somebody's doing work outside. Okay. And does a 21 hit you? Your griffin?
Yes.
Okay.
That would be pretty impressive if it didn't, actually.
That's like that scene from Indiana Jones. The guy's like flipping his saber around and doing all sorts of neat tricks, and then he just gets shot in the head.
Alright. As the griffin mauls the direwolf will then return, immediately diving and going for a bite attack, which it lands and has a really solid grasp on almost like the front shoulder of this griffin. It takes 13 points of piercing damage, and it is also grappled.
Okay, so how does damage work with this?
If it's, I believe, piercing.
Minus my PA, right?
I think so, but I think piercing is fancy. Let me double check. Ba-ba-da.
I think it's a little early to be doing victory fanfare, boys.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Where the heck is the thing for it?
We are screwed.
Guys,
Oh yeah, I'll say yeah, half.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
skeletons.
Halves.
Yeah, just half.
It halves it.
Yep.
Okay. So 13 and a half. The rounded. So it's 6 or 7.
Round down 6.
Round down 6. Okay. It's fine.
Wait, were you just trying to figure out what Pa and Ma do? I
No,
could've told
piercing.
that.
What
Oh,
piercing?
Piercing.
Yeah, it halves your armor.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Cool. So
It's fine.
If unless it's weak to it, which I don't think griffins are.
Griffins aren't weak
I
to
think
it.
they're only susceptible to bludgeoning damage.
Yes.
Where does it
And
say
in
that?
which case it negates your armor.
Where does it say that? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I just remember seeing that somewhere.
My notepad.
Maybe not. Who knows? Either way, the River Hydra is going to go next in response, and he's also going to close the distance, kind of shifting around the direwolf. And is going to make a single bite attack. So that is probably not going to break. Oh, wait, maybe. Does a 16 break your dodge value?
Nope.
Your griffins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Griffin's a 17.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
The griffin just like pulls its head back and then like nothing happens.
With that,
That's the end of round 2,
Nope.
isn't it?
a
yeah.
bow arrow is going to sink itself into the side of the griffin.
Dick.
And it's going to take 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
So now it is the end of the phase. So start the next
Cool.
phase.
I got my skeletons.
Yeah,
I got my skeletons. I got 3 skeletons.
you got 3 skeletons. So as the end of that, as that arrow sinks in around you, then 3 skeleton hands kind of crawl up from out of the ground, and purple arcane energy dissipates from you and flows into these beings. As they crawl up, each one kind of carrying a spear, and they kind of stand there almost like a guard, and they wait for orders.
Yes, go! Destroy!
How many are there?
3.
3.
Cool.
3 skeletons.
Skills, yes. Okay, so they're gonna go have them all each make. Okay, so they're all going to move towards the aggro player for them, which I believe is going to be the direwolf because he did the most damage, I believe. So they can close the distance there and make a single spear attack.
Yes.
So, go ahead and roll me 3d8 for the skeletons. Each one gets a plus your int mod for your to their to attack.
I don't know what my hit mod is. Oh,
Yeah.
If you've
I
got
hit
3
monster.
skeletons, then it should be 3.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So the first one is a 13.
Okay. That unfortunately will not hit the dodge value of the direwolf.
Do I roll 3 times or just one?
You roll once for each, so 3 times.
The second one is an 18
That
with
will
an
hit.
8.
Go ahead and roll me 3d6 plus 3 piercing. With an 8, make that another. Make that 4. Make it 4d6 because you get an extra d6 for each 8 you roll on the 3d8. So 4d6 plus 3.
18 damage.
18 damage of piercing.
And then for the last attack, it's a 16.
So and the last attack that will also break the dodge value. Any 8s or 1s?
No,
Okay, and then just 3d6 plus 3.
18 damage.
Again?
Yep.
Okay, so
That app seems to give you really high rolls.
It also gives me really high and really low.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
So, those are your skeletons. Anything you want to do? Then.
Um, um,
As your action.
am I close enough to like smack a wolf?
Yeah, I'd say you can close the distance. And
I'm gonna smack a wolf with my quarterstaff. Then.
heck yeah, let's do it. Go ahead and roll me an attack. 3d8 plus your, I believe it's strength or agility. I think
Oh shit! So I just got a 22 with 2 8s and a 6.
Heck. Go ahead and roll me that sweet, sweet damage. What does it look like? Do you have a
So
quarterstaff?
my quarterstaff does 1d6, so it's 3d6.
Yep, 3d6.
So it's 12 damage, and it's
Awesome.
bludgeoning.
It's bludgeoning. I don't think dire wolf's weak to that.
Opa.
Just poke him in the face with it. Just like, boink.
Bah.
How do you break grapples? I've rolled it as you make a strength save. So
Just seeing if there's like,
it was a question that I asked when we first did it because I saw him in the chat and he hasn't answered yet. So
Yeah,
It's not just on the
I'm
chat.
not grappled anymore, so
yeah,
or at least
Yeah,
according to you, I'm not.
just for our viewers and FYI.
yeah. I already asked, but yeah. So go ahead and roll me a strength save for your Griffon. Roll me a strength save for your Griffin.
Oh, that's right.
For the grapple save is what that's what I'm rolling it as.
See if I can become the grappler as opposed to the grapplee.
You would break grapple and you would not.
12 4 is 16 plus strength mod, which is a 3, so 19.
19.
19.
Unfortunately, he does not break grapple.
Tough boy. Well, unless he's dead, because at the end of the phase, he takes additional 6 bleed because he's still bleeding.
I'm going to take my action. I'm gonna use an
Okay.
action card, and I'm going to stab. Which one is closer between the wolf and the hydra? The hydra has the griffin,
the
right?
wolf is kind of like almost on top of you, and the hydra's kind of just to the right of that, as you're to the left of that, from where you guys are kind of looking down the road towards them.
Are they close enough where I could fight the hydra?
Yeah, you could definitely roll and get to the hydra pretty easy.
I am going to attack the hydra while because this is the last phase that I have my elemental discharge.
Okay.
I'm going to attack him with that. And I'm going to. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm just gonna attack with that, and I'll use my natural advantage, obviously.
Okay.
Or no, that only works with spells, so never mind.
Okay.
Well, I guess natural advantage was because I was touching the air, so I did have natural advantage on the elemental discharge. So what does that do? Let me check. It just adds 1d6 extra to the damage.
Yes.
So, all right. So I'm gonna roll for hit. So that's 3d8 plus whatever, right?
Yes.
Whatever it is, which for me it'd be my strength mod. I got 18 with 1 8 for my roll plus 2, so 20.
20 does break
With an
the
8.
It does
All
break
right.
the DD of the
So 4d6 plus the 1 for my elemental discharge, so that's 5d6. I'm gonna have to roll extra. I don't have enough d6.
Oh heck yeah.
So, I got 5, 5, and 6, 6. So 12 plus 10. So I got 22 for my first 4, and then I gotta roll 1 more d6.
Nice.
Or not 22, or 24, 22. And then I got another 6. So that's 30 damage. Plus he gets
Nice.
-3 on all attacks for the next round.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. My go?
I believe yes, you can go.
All right, cool. Well, the griffin is also unhappy. It can still make an action. It just can't move.
Yeah, it cannot move, and I believe when you're trying to attack while grappled, it has a negative to it, but I have to remember where that is and what that is.
Oh, and that was piercing damage, so it also has bleed.
Okay. Well, does it do bleed damage or is it piercing?
Piercing inflicts bleed.
No, it doesn't. It just has.
Does a 16 beat the wolf's dodge value?
Thought it did.
I feel like if it had bleed, it would be its own thing. But that's maybe I'm not remembering it right. But I also asked what piercing did, and you said it just did have Paul half maw. But
Well, that's what it did to Paw and Maw. I'm gonna check this actually.
That's
It's
fine.
definitely in here.
Annie, what'd you have?
I rolled. The griffin rolled a 16 to beak attack on the wolf.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure there's an anything for grapple first, but okay.
That beats it though, right?
Probably. I mean, again, but I have to see if grappling does anything first. Give me playing cards to make attacks versus the grapple target. Being grappled. Again, there's nothing about being grappled. It's just grapple.
Okay, here we go.
So sure.
So that's 13 piercing damage.
Cool.
From the beak.
Cool.
And then I'm going to drop my bow, pull out the pole arm,
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
I'm also going to stab Wolfie Boy as well.
Are you
Okay.
using utility to switch equipment?
Yes.
Okay, then that will be your card for the turn.
To switch it. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you use a utility card to switch items. In
Got it.
combat. And
Noted.
yep. So, but you did do 12 piercing with the beak, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I was looking at advanced piercing, which
Okay.
is a necromancy thing, so
Gotcha.
that's why I had that in my head.
Yeah. Because I was like, I
Oh
know.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember it being a thing, but I also remember like when it does it, it says bleed as its own.
Yeah, so as a necromancer at tier 3 of one of the skill trees, you get enhanced weakness, which makes
Okay.
it where whenever you do piercing damage, it adds 4 stacks of bleed.
Sweet.
And that's for some reason I had that in my head.
Griffin dealt damage. The Necro boys also dealt damage. And you switch your weapon, and you attack the Hydra. I'm gonna say probably you're gonna be the aggro player due to the amount of damage that you dealt for Urus. That makes sense. Does that make sense? Am I going crazy?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was saying that you're gonna be the aggro player because of the
Siri.
because of
Sorry.
the amount of damage you did.
Yeah, that makes sense to
Okay.
me.
Cool. And well, with the dire wolf is going to thrash the griffin that it currently has in its mouth.
Oh wait, the dire wolf had the griffin?
Mhm.
I attacked the Hydra because I thought the Hydra had the griffin.
Nope.
Rip.
Does a 22 break the dodge value? I'm assuming it does.
Yeah, 17.
Okay.
You would think a dire wolf would have a lot of trouble doing that.
It can't
to-
go any. It can't move it, but it can still thrash what it can move.
Yeah, but its size. It's like a dire wolf
It's-
is like a third of the size of the griffin.
It's I mean also
Still a dog.
It's still a dog and it can still pull. That's the part. That's where the thrashing comes from, is from pulling at.
Yeah, no, I was just saying it would have a lot of trouble actually grappling it.
It's grabbed it by the grapple is from the bite.
Mm-hmm.
So
That makes sense.
yeah. That being said,
I'm not trying to say you're doing anything wrong.
No,
I was just
yeah.
trying to comment.
Yeah, no, you're good. 23 points slashing, and it has bleed 6 on your griffin.
Now I
Got
have the image of a luchador dog suplexing a griffin.
That. All right. The Hydra is going to attack you, as you are the aggro player. Let me see. Hydra, what are you doing?
Quick reminder that he gets -3 to all attack rolls.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you. He's going to make a single back attack towards you since you're in range. 20 to your dodge value.
Yeah, I got hit.
Okay. It's so pretty boring. This is gonna be 12 points of piercing.
Okay. I am like coughing up blood.
Okay. End of the round. Direwolf takes 6 points of damage. End of the phase. And we're on to phase 4, I believe, of round 1.
Cool. I would like to stab a boy.
Okay. Are you gonna stab the direwolf?
Fucking wolf.
Okay.
Thing needs to die. I'm angry now. Would
how many,
you
How many action cards do you have? Just
3.
3? Okay, that makes sense.
I've only used one
Yeah.
to shoot the bow.
Yeah, I know. I was just making sure. I wanted to make sure I wasn't like thinking.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, one from normal, one
Yep.
from
You
Beastmaster,
too.
and one from my dip
The
into
warrior. No.
warrior. Yep.
Yeah, I'm following. So you're gonna stab him.
I am.
Wolf?
And would you say that I'm within 5 feet of an ally?
I would say you probably are to the griffin or the skeletons.
Perfect.
Minimums.
Then I am re-rolling my 1 because I have coordinated fighter.
Okay, from Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that 1 became an 8, so that's 2 8s. So that's 16 plus 7, 23.
Roll your damage.
Okay. So I get 2 extra d6s for this, right?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes, you do.
Oh, heck yeah. 12, 15, 15, and 4 is 19. 19 and 4 is 23 damage.
23 damage. Awesome.
Piercing, also,
Okay.
because it's a Ransewer, and that's what it does.
Sweet.
Using a Ransewer.
I'm
Good
using a
choice.
Ransewer.
The direwolf lets out one final small yip before collapsing and morphing back into what looks to be a Tuskar form. On the
Called it! Called it! I just like shout that out loud.
Who is unconscious and bleeding from multiple places, and your griffin is no longer no longer grappled. Still has bleed.
I will instruct it to fly.
Okay, where is it going? Just up.
Up.
Okay.
Using its 60 feet to go up, and I would like it to recover, please.
Like it to recover.
Mm-hmm.
So what action are you giving it from its action pool?
Funny enough, it actually doesn't have. I mean, is it the same set of cards?
No, it's minion rules, so they have actions that they can take.
All right. So
you'll take one
actually,
of those
it's just
actions.
all it can do is attack. Actually, it doesn't have any other.
Okay.
It doesn't have any sort of recovery abilities, apparently.
Mhm.
So it's just going to hang out up there
Okay.
and not.
Then yep, perfect. Then
I don't know what else for it to do.
your skeletons are now standing around a dying Tuskar. What are you gonna do?
I want them
I
to
am-
attack the Hydra.
Okay, and then are you recovering? Verv?
Whom?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm drinking one of my strong health
Okay.
potions.
You're gonna use utility to do it. Perfect.
Yep.
Cool. And then you're attacking the Hydra. They can close. Make their attacks for me, please. Are you attacking with them?
Skeletons. No, I don't want to get too close to the Hydra.
Fair enough.
Can I question?
Hmm.
I am able to drop a spell card and a utility card to encase a weapon in flames. Could I do that to someone else's weapon or only my own?
Yeah, I would say it says a weapon, right?
Oh, no, nope. It says your weapon.
Okay,
My bad.
yep.
All right, so my first attack does 16 plus 3, so 19.
So for dodge, it hits the Hydra. Go ahead and roll me damage. Were there any 8s in there?
Hold on. I don't think so. Oh yeah, there was.
Cool. And then roll
One
an extra d6.
Oh wait, no. There was 2 6s and a 4. Nope.
Okay. Never mind.
Wrong. These health potions aren't strong. They're normal. I bought the
Okay,
wrong one.
so 10 damage. Is there any bonus to the damage?
I believe it's piercing, so the mod gets halved, but yes.
It's 10.
10. Oh, wait. No, sorry. 10. There's a plus, and I believe it's a plus. Yeah, plus 3. So 10 plus 3, so 13.
So 13 for the first one,
13 piercing. Okay.
and then 17 is the second hit.
17 also will break the DB, so go ahead and roll me damage.
It's 14 total.
14 total.
And then the third hit is a 22 with an 8.
22 with an 8. That'll also break the DB. Go ahead and roll me
And then it
damage.
does 6 damage.
With the extra d6 for the 8.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, no. Sorry, 16 damage.
16 damage. Okay. 16 damage. Okay. Awesome. The Hydra is also looking really bad. Cool.
Hmm.
So,
This went from really bleak to like really good real fast.
yep. With that, and you use your utility to do that, we're going to go over to the bottom of the phase. So the Griffin takes 6 points of bleed damage
Mm-hmm.
as its wounds are still bleeding.
Still alive. It's just hurt.
Cool. And then the Hydra is going to move towards aggro player, which I believe is going to be one of the skeletons because they attacked him this turn, which is fine. Skelemans, where you at?
Skillamans.
Okay, it does break their DV. There are no 8s. For the multi. Okay. He's going to do 13 points of damage to your first skeleton. It is doing a multi-head attack, and each skeleton is getting a bite.
They don't have flesh. You can't do nothing.
I mean, they can crunch the bone.
No.
And that would be
Uncrunchable.
significantly worse than the alternative.
Yeah.
Uncrunchable bones.
I drank my milk, see?
It fucks with the milk.
Second one will also hit.
No calcium deficiencies here.
Another 12 for the second one. And then third. Ooh, that's not good.
I drink whole milk with
That's
vitamin
still
D.
For 13 points of damage to your third skeleton.
I don't know how much health these things have.
These things, these Skelly boys, they have
Skelemons.
They have 20 health. They have 0 physical armor and 30 magic armor. So
Fuck yeah.
they take all of that damage because it is physical.
They're going to attack again.
When we get there, we still have the Beastmaster,
He's still alive?
Yeah.
Someone please shoot him.
and he's going to shoot. I believe he's going to shoot the closest, or the aggro player, which is going to be one of the skeletons again. So he's going to snap one of them bad boys over there, maybe. Oh. Nope, he's going to go wide. So he misses. He remains amongst the tree line, and that is the bottom of the round. The one that had bleed is dead. So top round, phase 5 of round 1.
Cool. I will call my griffin to close in with me.
Mhm.
Using my own utility card to hold out the potion to feed it to it.
You're gonna use it. Okay, you're gonna use utility card to feed it a potion.
Yep.
Okay, you can do that.
That's a
The
neat
best I
trick.
can do because it can't heal itself. So
How far away is this dude?
This dude, I would say he's about 25 feet, roughly. He did
25
not
the
move.
healing potion does stop the bleed, correct?
I believe it does, yeah. It whatever you roll for the attack does that much to the bleed as well, on top of healing. So if it does the 6 points of bleed that it has, it'll heal those 6 points, but it'll heal whatever it does up to that.
Cool, but
Um,
it stops it, so it's not going to be bleeding further.
If it removes the 6 bleed, then yes.
Yes.
But if it does not go above 6, then it goes to whatever. It removes that much bleed, so it'll then have bleed 2 or bleed 1.
Oh, got it.
So
No, it does.
I
The regular health potions, I think, do 25.
I think so, but that's where that is. So yeah, if it does more than the 6, then yes.
you said this is the new round, right?
This is top of phase 5, still round 1.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. So I still have my thing. I still have my thing.
You got one
I
more
am
phase left
going.
in the round.
I am going to charge that dude down and shank him.
Do it, shank him.
All right.
Shank him in his butt.
This time I get the plus the d6, but I'm going to burn my last utility card and my last spell card to also engulf my weapon in flame, adding an additional d6 and burn 2 to my attack.
Heck yeah. So all right, and that's you can use that. You can use that in conjunction with an attack, or is that your action for the turn?
I'm not sure. It's just a skill. It just says
I
one
think
second.
it-
It says spell and utility card minus 10 spirit. For the next 6 phases, your weapon is engulfed in flame.
Okay.
Your attack does an
Um,
additional 1d6 fire damage.
Then I want to say that'll be that for this phase. But
So you're saying it doesn't say it's an action though. Normally, if it's a spell and utility, it'll say like utility action or
Okay.
utility reaction,
Sure.
and it doesn't say that.
okay.
So I figured it just worked.
that works. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna shank him. So that's gonna be a base. Okay, so elemental discharge is an additional d6. Natural advantage is another d6. I'm not near a source of flame, so I don't get another d6 on the
No.
flame, but I get the 1.
Yeah.
That's 6d6.
Well, you gotta hit him first.
66 fire damage. Oh, well, yeah, if I hit. I just wanted to calculate it, so I that's a lot of damage.
But you gotta hit.
Yeah, I got 2 4s and a 5.
2 4s and 5 plus
So
your
13.
13 plus your agi mod,
Yes, plus my agi mod, which is
or is it your strength mod? Sorry,
it would be strength
because it's a
Yeah,
halberd.
it's not a finesse.
No, it's not a fast
Yeah.
halberd. So strength.
Yeah. So then 2, so plus 2, so I got 15.
So 15. That is unfortunately just shy of his DV.
Rip. All right, I gotta be right back. It'll be like less than a minute.
Okay. Sounds good. Cool. So does that, and then real quick. So that was his, and then you fed the potion. Necro boys,
Skelemans.
skeletons.
Hold on,
Smudgy,
I gotta roll.
for you and for everyone at home who's just joining us, both Fivris and Daedrin are currently playing elves, and Ven is our human, and Ven's playing a necromancer. Daedrin is playing a beastmaster that is also dipping into warrior, and Fivris is our shaman.
Alright, so my first attack is a 19 to hit,
That will hit. Any 8s?
and then it does 19 damage.
19 damage?
Yeah.
How many is that?
3d6 plus 3.
Okay, fair. Heck yeah.
And the second attack is a 23 with an 8
Okay.
to hit.
Cool. Roll me
And
damage
then
for
it
that.
does 17 damage on that one.
Okay. I'm not gonna have you roll the third one yet because the first 2, between the 2 spear attacks, the Hydra finally gives up and just kind of gives that one final soft cry before keeling over and dying.
Can I have my third skeleton throw his spear
Sure.
at the guy?
Yep. He can certainly try.
What do I roll for that?
Still 3d8 plus your mod.
So that's a 18 plus with an 8 in it.
Okay, 18 with an 8. That will
Yep.
break the DV value of our lovely little bow boy. Our
Sweet.
the rogue Beastmaster.
And then it takes 18 plus 3, so 21 damage.
21 damage. Awesome. Cool. With that, takes us to the bottom round with our lone guy, who is going to kind of look and go. He's going to just try to run. He's going to use his position card. And
I got a thing for that.
You do?
I do.
Well, top of phase 6 of round 1. Your griffin is healed of its bleed, so we're good. And 2 are dead. So, top of the round. He is now, I would say, about 15 feet from you. So.
15 feet?
More. Sorry. From Fervors.
Got it.
He's 20 feet.
I'm going to look up to my griffin. Go get him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 60-foot fly.
Yep.
So, would that close in?
I'd say I would, yeah.
Cool. And that is a 17.
A 17 to break the DV. It does, just barely.
Does? Okay, cool. And that is a claw attack.
Cool.
So it's 13 piercing damage, and now he's the one being grappled.
Okay. Cool. So he's grappled.
You're muted, Shane.
I was talking.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I was looking at stuff. But yeah, okay. Took 13 piercing and is grappled. I would say your skeletons can also throw spears if they want to. Or I would say
Yeah!
Shane,
Fuck yeah.
or something.
What?
Shane, if you have something for your Fervors. It's top of phase 6.
Alright, so
I got one last action card. Does that mean I can shank him?
Yeah, I'd say you can close distance and shank him. You're not too far.
the first one,
Griffin's holding him, so it's easier.
Yeah.
Ooh, I get
the
advantage
first one
on
threw
it?
its spear, and I got 18 with an 8 in it.
Heck yeah. Go ahead and roll my damage.
So that's 9 plus 3, so 12 for the damage on the first one.
Okay. For,
21 with an 8 in it.
You do damage. You hit.
This is gonna be so much fun to roll all the dice.
You do damage. Okay.
The third one was a 9 with 2 1s.
That will unfortunately miss.
Rip.
Thankfully, not 3 1s, so thankfully we're not having the spear accidentally hit our griffin.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
and,
not hitting your ride.
Catch a ride! Woo!
Catch a ride.
I'm just gonna burn my position card to double move
Okay.
because I've got a melee weapon. I don't feel like dropping it and doing anything else. So
Gotcha. How much damage did you roll?
24.
24. In the words of people far more spectacular than I, how do you want to do this?
Ooh, okay. So he's grappled, right, by the
Mhm.
griffin. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just like walk over to where his like face is,
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna like poke him in the eye with the pointy end of the staff.
Okay. There is a.
It's on fire and encased in wind. So
There is a, as the rest of you are trying to close the distance, and with one spear in kind of his ankle, or almost like his calf, from one of the skeletons, and claws kind of marking up his like torso section. All of you kind of hear this this blood-curdling scream as the eye is getting poked out. Thankfully, most of you guys don't straight see it, but yes, he then slumps, and it does not move from where he's being grappled.
give Beastmaster a bad name.
I think that hurt.
Yes, and the griffin will then, as it no longer feels struggling, will just kind of let it drop.
Oh, I thought the dead body was gonna sigh.
No.
It was the really horrible pun.
Oh my
When I said
The griffin sighs, however.
I also audibly sigh.
All right, so you guys can loot the body of the individuals. You can pull parts if you want to, but I'll say we'll wrap this up because I know you got to get going, Dr. What.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna fast forward us a little bit. You guys do that, and you guys return to Agakar, the necromancer, in his location. The skeletons kind of poke out of the trees as you guys are wrapping that up, and they beckon you to follow. And when you guys return to his mansion in the middle of nowhere, he looks at the three of you and goes, "I don't think that was all of them, but thank you. I'm sure between the rest of us, we can finish off that notorious group. But thank you for stopping their spearhead up north." And he gives each of you 50 gold to do with what you want. And he says, "And you can keep the coin. You might need it when you go by."
Cool.
And that does it. That wraps us up for this week. So
That was so fun.
awesome. I hope you guys had a good time.
Scott, I cannot wait to play pads with you again because my god, you are hilarious.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming and playing, all of you. Thank you all for watching. Big shout out to Smunchy Games. Thank you for letting us run this on your channel. You can check out, they have merch now in a merch store called My Brute Shop, where you can get all sorts of Smunchy and pads related stuff. There's more coming out soon, and it's going to be really exciting. But why don't we go around real quick, say who we are, where you can find us, where you can find us doing. And we'll start with, why don't we start with you, Scott? Because I think you need to get going. So.
Oh, I'm also the easiest. I'm Scott. You can find me here. I don't really do anything else. Maybe soon. I don't know.
Shane, Marine of One. Where can we find you? What are you doing?
I mean, you can. I'm Marine of One, or you can just call me Shane. I play a lot of video games, and I stream them on Marine of One.
On Twitch, correct? We can find you on Twitch.
And
awesome.
Also, you can find me on Twitter, but yeah, mainly that. And you're gonna see me a lot on Smunchy Games if you ever, watch that, because I'm involved in most of the things.
Yes. Awesome. Annie.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at AnnieDisaster09. You can also check out my blog, which is called Cecropia Adventures, which now deals with a bunch of really super sweet RPG reviews.
Yeah, isn't there one
Soon
coming
come out? July 10th is when the new article is coming out. Come check it out.
Awesome. And I have been Fennicini, your game master for today. I am all over the internet. Easiest place to follow me is on Twitter, is where I try to keep everybody up to date with what I'm doing as roughly as I can. July 11th, I'll have some big stuff coming up. The merch store is going to finally get launched on my end for Conry Kuroku and all that idea, the brand that's kind of behind that, that's been spooling up behind the scenes. So that gets launched on July 11th. So on the 10th, you'll have a sweet article. On the 11th, you have a merch store that I guess you can go buy Don't Burn Out t-shirts and stuff like that. You can also follow me everywhere. And I was at, Twitter's the best place to find me. So twitter.com/Fennicini. I will leave you guys. Feel free to follow us here on the channel. Subscribe if you want to donate to the cause. The cause helps support us, keep us alive and running. We'd really appreciate it. But we thank you all for watching, and we will see you all soon. Bye-bye. Wait, fuck.